The Federal Communications Commission has determined the following content to be emotionally harmful.
Funny things that you think's funny aren't funny.
Give me cocks all the time. I want cocks all over me.
The Alan Cox Show kicks ass, man.
Welcome.
Show me what you got.
You're not going to see a lot of cocks on TV.
Alan Cox from the Alan Cox Show.
I don't know what it's about you, but I can't even stand your voice.
I think you're the biggest asshole alive.
It's going to be a great show.
Let's kick it. I'll say kick it, and you'll just kick it with a tasty groove, okay? 1, 2, 3, kick it. Kick it. Come on. God damn it. Could you one time kick it? What the?
Alan Cox.
Here we go. He'll ad-lib. He'll be fine.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.
Okay, what's going on, gang? Good afternoon. Hi there. Greetings. Welcome. What's a Thursday? Oh, boy.
Thursday.
I was a day ahead early in the week, and now I'm a day behind. I was thinking it was Wednesday. Thursday. And my name is Alan Cox. Thanks very much for being here. You heard it just there, but you can never say it too many times, Rob.
Thank you, Alan.
Rob Anthony is right over there.
Alan, hi. Hello.
Jessica Ann Hutchinson is back in Studio G.
Hi.
One half of the Jess and Sam, whatever.
Set of twins.
Yeah. Yep. And you'll talk to her before you talk to us. I was regaling my daughter with tales of Jess's misspelling of callers' names yesterday.
Oh, God. What did she say?
She loved it.
Oh, thank God I got her approval.
Yeah.
Special.
She
Oh, no,
is
she didn't
no.
get your approval.
Speakle.
Speakle, right.
I mean, I think she is in the 5th grade, and she's quite sharp, so she probably...
I know she can school me.
Yeah, she probably felt some degree of pity. I don't know. If you want to join us on the phone, 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007. You send me a text, I'll see those. I reply to some, not all, but I do see all of them. 35192 is that number. If you want to watch the show, God knows why you'd want to, but we offer that option for the visual learner. On our YouTube channel, there's a lively chat in there as well, and you can listen in the iHeartRadio app and drop messages there for us if you like. When my daughter and I will walk her dog in the evening, kind of try to get the dog's yayas out or whatever. And that gives an opportunity for she and I to talk about the day or whatever, because she stays pretty much stum the rest of the time. She's a kid. She's 10 years old. She's in the 5th grade, right? She's not looking to, fill me in on her day. But it can be frustrating if you're a parent and you're interested in what your kid's doing, but your kid will give you kind of the same vibe, which is, hey, how was school? Good. Now, that's very much how I am when people ask me, oh, how's the show going? Good. Because unless you're in it, nobody wants to hear you explain the whole thing. But when we're walking this dog, that's when we get the opportunity to chat, to talk about whatever we want to. And so she was talking to me about how my kid is funny because she's very, very bright. And so she kind of remains incredulous at what other kids her age don't know. And I try to instill in her, I go, well, everybody really kind of is on their own thing. And there's always going to be somebody smarter than you, by the way, at your age. And there are going to be a lot of people who aren't. Or their abilities are in a different area. Whatever. We were talking about spelling, and she said, well, we were in her social studies class or something. They were given a map. It was a blank map, and they were tasked with identifying as many states as they could in the lower 48, and then writing them out. And I said, how'd you do? And she goes, I did okay. You get a lot of the border states and things like that. She's like, obviously, I get the Midwest. She goes, I accidentally nailed Rhode Island.
Yes.
And I go, well, I said, Rob he's from Massachusetts, but I said he spent a lot of time in Rhode Island. And I said, New England gets weird if you're looking at a map. I said, I'm terrible with a map, too. I'm terrible at geography. I always think that I always forget how far north Colorado is. I always think that it's like next to Nevada or something, whatever. And so she goes, yeah. She goes, I can't believe all the kids in my class because the teacher told them, you don't have to nail the spelling on these states either. Some of them are tough. And she goes, and there were a couple of other kids who got Rhode Island, but she was just incredulous that these kids were spelling it R-O-A-D and leaving the S out of island. And I said, well, I can understand not nailing the road part, because I said R-H-O-D-E. I said, unless you've seen it, you might not know. I said, island, I don't know why anybody in the 5th grade is whiffing island. And she's just kind of like, she's kind of nonchalant about the whole thing, but she's so demonstrative in her, when she's incredulous in these things, and it's very funny. She reminds me of when my son was her age. He was always very he couldn't believe the things that people don't know. And I see myself in that, and that doesn't necessarily make me happy, right? Because I can be a real pain in the ass. But she's so sweet about it. So anyway, we're walking and talking. I said, Jess, the girl on my show who screens the calls for me, I said, we kind of have a running joke where if there's someone on hold and she has misspelled their name, I will pronounce it how she spells it. And so I said, so I'll talk to a guy named Brain, whose name is clearly Brian. But and I said, just today, this is last night, I said, just today, I said, we have somebody who calls in and they call themselves Special K. And she misspelled special. So it was, and she's just kind of looking at me like, how did she misspell special? I said, that's a valid question, 10-year-old. I said, she's only 27. You've got to remember. And I said, so Speakle K took a couple minutes of the show yesterday. And so I was like, listen, everybody, people are differently abled. And it took me a long time because I was such a spelling nerd. I was winning spelling bees, Rob, at the regional and state level. I was getting money for college winning spelling bees in junior high, right? I remember one of the first state spelling bees I won. I got like $3,000 for college, and I was like in the 7th grade, that kind of thing, right? And so for a long time, I equated people's ability to spell with their general intelligence, which is unfair. And I would come to realize that. That was just my hang-up, right? I'm like, there are a lot of really smart people who are terrible spellers. But that was like my area of whatever. And so I was very specific on that. And so I told her, I go, there's everybody's got their own thing going on. So I said but it was an opportunity for me to work in the Jess thing, Rob. And, one of the last texts I got last night as we signed off was, today's show was very speakle. And,
somebody said it in the chat, too.
Yeah, some people come and run with it, and that's okay, too. But she got Rhode Island, and, my 10-year-old knows how to spell special.
That makes me happy she knew Rhode Island.
Yeah,
she
did
know
happy
Rhode
she
Island.
knew how to spell special.
I was more surprised that she was able to pick it out on the map. I said, what, did you just find the smallest one or what? And she goes, no, she told me how she determined that that's what it was, and I forget, but it had, I'm such a dummy with geography. I would just go, it's the smallest one.
Well, the problem with Rhode Island is people assume it's part of another state. They think it's like an island of Connecticut or part of New York. They get Long Island and Rhode Island confused. If you've never been there. Oh, yeah.
People think that Long Island is the same as Rhode Island.
Yeah, they think it's like an island off a state, that it has nothing to, like it's part of someone else's state, which, I mean, it's the size that it could be. You know what I mean? Like it's attached, but it's, you know what I mean? Like it's so small it could easily be part of another state.
Yeah.
You can drive tip to tail in 45 minutes.
Wow. Yeah, they're having the state carpeted.
And I do have to, if I may, speaking of Rhode Island, after 36 years, the morning show there that I worked on, WHJY, 94 HJY in Providence, 36-year morning show retired today.
Retired?
Retired.
They weren't shown the door.
Well.
Was it a forced retirement?
Let's just say they retired today.
These were people who used to be under your umbrella.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And
what's the show?
Paul and Al.
Paul and Al. I have to think that they were probably icons in Providence.
Icons.
Yeah.
36 years and two of the best people I've ever worked with in my entire life. So I wanted to tip a cap. I felt terrible I couldn't get there for their retirement party last Friday. Moving Caitlin in on Saturday, of course, so I couldn't get there. And today was the last show midweek, so I couldn't be there. But they had a nice send-off, and
Why did they finish on a Thursday?
I don't know the answer to that question. I think they're going to
They
run
said,
something
screw it,
tomorrow.
if we're done,
and then
let's take a long, not a long weekend,
an extra
rest
long
of,
retirement. Yeah, take the extra day. I'm not sure the answer, but the new show will start on Monday. But
do you know they just doing some plug and play show or
nope,
were they?
no,
oh,
it's
okay.
people in market. Doug, who you know, the program director.
Oh, yeah.
They're basically moving some stuff around, and I think he's going to be involved in the new show. And,
oh boy.
So, I mean, good things, for them and for everybody. But I wanted to wish Paul and Al well. 36 years, man. That is just
Congratulations.
going out on top.
That is no small thing, boy.
Number
I'll
one,
tell you what.
and doing it their way is pretty awesome.
It's getting to be so rare, so unbelievably rare that you get to leave the business now of your own accord, or that you get to. And I know it sounds a little wobbly, but I mean, they had a long, if somebody hadn't done it for them, they were probably right around the corner from doing it.
Oh, without question.
Themselves,
so
yeah.
I think it was probably going to be either at the end of this year or next, but I think they got a little help, to go a little bit earlier.
Probably got a nice package, too.
Beautiful packages,
Yeah.
both of them, humongous.
Good. I'm talking about financial.
Oh. Yeah, I was too. Big financial packages.
These guys had huge packages.
Humongous
and that's why
packages.
I wanted to give them their flowers. All right.
The kind you could see in a snowsuit, Alan.
Yeah. Well, congrats to them.
Yeah, cheers, fellas.
Yeah. I'm going to take a break here. Roland Orzabal of Tears for Fears going to join me a little bit later on Zoom. He's got a memoir that's out. I'm a huge fan of that band, so I'm excited to talk to him. 35192 to text, and we'll be back.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio app and your favorite smart device. Just tell it to play the Alan Cox Show.
On iHeartRadio.
The most talked about music festival on the planet is now even bigger.
Just added to the lineup.
Smashing Pumpkins.
See Smashing Pumpkins along with Weezer.
News and many more. All taking the stage next month at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
For our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Never seen before artist collaborations.
Once-in-a-lifetime moments you'll never see again.
Streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Buy your tickets now at AXS.com.
And keep listening for the next chance to win your way to see Smashing Pumpkins.
At our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival is connecting all of us. Now that you've
show business and try to help them with their careers and see what they have to offer us. Everyone has a good time, and no one gets mad at their publicist for letting them do our show.
We've had a lot of great guests like Sarah Sherman, Adam Scott, Danny McBride, Ben Stiller, and a lot of other big shots that wouldn't be where they are without us.
Listen to Hollywood Handbook on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Hollywood Handbook and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
The words radio and Ohio both end in I-O. And I-O is one of the moons of Jupiter. Have fun trying to figure out whatever the that means. I-O, I-O. It's the Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Guardians sweep the Angels.
Yeah, boy.
4-3 was the final. Weren't they on the losing side of that for a minute?
They were.
Oh, good
Middle
for them.
of the game, yeah. They were. That's 2 sweeps in a row, my friend.
Yeah, good for them. They are taking a much-needed night off tonight, and they will be back here tomorrow and through the week at the friendly confines there at Progressive Field. They will start up against the KC Royals tomorrow night. That's a 7:10 first pitch, 6:40 pregame. And then the Blue Jays come to town first few days of September. And then the Guardians will play 4 against the Tigers next weekend. That's a holiday weekend, of course. Handful of random days over the next couple of months that we will be out. I will be out next Friday and the following Monday for Labor Day. I've got that day in October that I'm going to be out, Rob. It's a Friday because I'm going to be in Rogers, Ohio, meeting Jim J. Bullock.
What was he on?
Monroe.
He was Monroe.
Monroe.
Over on Too Close for Comfort.
Oh.
And they had this big, down there at the flea market in Rogers, they go, hey, come meet some people you haven't seen in a long, long time. So they have like Todd Bridges and Tracy Gold on different days. So all throughout September and October, the one that I'm interested in is the one with Jim J. Bullock. And yes, Lydia Cornell, who played the blonde on Too Close for Comfort, but I'm going to be going down there specifically to meet him.
Who?
Monroe.
Monroe.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Monroe.
Monroe.
Jim J. Bullock.
Monroe.
So, again, that's not until October, but I'm thinking out loud here about what's happening. So, anyway, Guardians off tonight, back tomorrow night. Of course, the Saturday game against the Royals. They're doing that Bob Feller jersey. For the 15,000 fans will take home the Bob Feller. You know, his nickname back in the day was Bob Smart Feller.
I see what you did.
Thanks. 1936 jersey commemorating 90 years since his major league debut. He's got to be dead, right?
I would.
Bob Feller?
I'm going to guess.
I mean, I'm not great with math. He's not going to be there for the jersey, right? He's going to be. He died in 2010.
Oh, so he may not be there.
Okay.
Unless he didn't die.
I mean, he died in Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh.
And he's not from here.
But maybe that's what they wanted you to think.
Oh, you think that they're keeping that under wraps and that he's going to show up
Shows
for the
up.
thing? Wow.
Maybe pops out of a cake.
I bet he won't.
Hey, everybody!
Now that I can see the the dates on that.
16 years, a long time to keep it under wraps if he's been in that cake the whole time.
Yeah. Although it reminds me, I told the story many years ago, it reminds me of the cake that my mother kept on a chair in the basement. It was a cake for my grandmother's 90th birthday. My grandmother died at 102, and that was 10 years ago. She's been gone 10 years this month. And my mom, I don't know why. My mom had my grandmother's a part of it, what hadn't been eaten. 90th birthday cake on a plate, on a chair, in the basement. Now, full disclosure, the basement in my parents' house is a horror show. We didn't have a finished basement growing up, so it was all storage. And it was all my mom's stuff. And, you know, I don't know if my parents are low-key hoarders, but I have a feeling that they might have been. So right next to the washer and dryer, which always had stuff on it, there was a chair with a cake that, 10 years ago, the thing was a decade old. And I was like, why is this here? I don't recall asking my mom that pointed question. I'm sure I did. But after a while, it just became such a fixture. And it wasn't like anything was happening to it. It's a cake. It's like when they put the cheeseburger in lucite and they go back to it 30 years later, it's still intact. That's what this cake was. Sugar. It's just crystallized.
I've heard of people like freezing their wedding cake and taking out a piece and having it on their anniversary, but I've never heard of just letting the cake hang out.
Nope. It was like when Elaine was eating that thing that Jay Peterman got from the auction and tried to replace it with an Entenmann's. She didn't realize it was so old, and I was like, I'm going to take a bite of this. And I was like, what are you, nuts? Why would you do that?
Did it just say like, ha-buh?
Ha-buh-ger.
Yeah, they just like had a little half of a 9.
Yeah. I don't remember what it said, but it was a pretty nondescript cake. It wasn't anything ostentatious. It was just there on this chair that my parents had from like the 70s. So it was like some brown and orange floral pattern on the vinyl chair. Like, I should make myself a note now and circle back and ask my mom,
I think you should
what
call
was
her
the
now.
deal? Yeah.
Just right now. Hey, Mom, it's kind of been something I've been thinking about. I never really thought to ask. Why do you still have Grandma's 90th birthday cake sitting on a chair in the basement?
Honey, she was my mother. I wasn't going to leave that there I didn't want weasels to get it
So
by
what,
putting it outside.
are you going to eat it again, Mom?
Honey, don't be a douche. All right? Don't ask. I feel like we talked about this a long time ago, and I'm not. If I want to keep a cake in the midst of a bunch of junk in the basement, I can do that.
Okay. All right. That's a perfectly logical explanation, Mommy. Thank you.
Remember when I only gave you grape nuts and molasses for breakfast?
Yes.
Didn't that work out
And
okay?
strawberries for my headaches.
Aren't you very, very healthy?
I'm very healthy.
Haven't you maintained a good quality of life?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so huff my hole and stop asking me about the cake.
I love you,
I
Mom.
love you, Mommy.
Sorry.
I'm going to ask her.
So sorry.
I hit her up and ask her, hey, what was with Grandma's cake?
I would love more than... I cannot tell you how great, if you ask that question, the first thing is, don't be a douche, honey.
Honey, don't be a douche.
If she just
my mom
comes
didn't even
back
talk like
with
that.
the exact conversation you just had.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my mother. Shut up. Who cares?
I'll text her. I should text her right now. While I'm thinking, I'll text her in the break. But it's I have to remember to FaceTime my daughter tonight because she's moving to New York City tomorrow.
Oh, right.
So yeah, and we've both been so crazy busy that I haven't had a chance to see her in person. So I'm really kind of bummed about that. But I'm like, well, I'll FaceTime you tonight, and we'll shoot the shrimp or whatever. But anyway, where was I? Guardians. Oh, by the way, a lot of people are texting me here asking if Rob is okay after this morning, and I don't know what they're talking about.
Oh my God!
Were you? You didn't have to ride with Jess anywhere, did you?
No, not that dangerous.
Okay.
I started getting phone calls at around. Well, I can tell you exactly. My first phone call this morning was from the Premier Satellite Technical Operations Center.
This was a technical thing.
At 4:25 a.m.
Okay. And they call you and they go, hey, there's problems.
I missed the 4:32.
Yep.
I got the 5:30.
Is your phone on silent overnight, or
no? I just didn't hear it. It's a very low ring. It usually, it'll wake me up if need be.
Yeah.
I normally sleep pretty light, but I went to bed late. Again, it's always
you weren't in bed by 9:30, tucked
I was
in?
not. I was
Hey, he's out there living life.
Oh yeah.
What were you doing? Were you at the discotheque?
No, I just couldn't sleep, so I kind of I read a book for a while, looked at my phone for a while, and then once I finally fell asleep, it was probably close to midnight.
Was it The Very Hungry Caterpillar?
It's my favorite book. I love that you know that about me.
You can put your fingers in it.
Yeah.
The book.
That's why I like it. And the person reading it. So I decided finally around midnight, I'm going to go to sleep. I did. 4:25 rings miss. We had somewhere people decide to do updates overnight, and they're changing IP addresses and all technical nonsense that really don't matter. But WMMS sounded fine. Rover was great. But the network of Rover was operating as if he was a demon. It sounded
okay.
Every word was the show.
Well, that explains the text that I saw this morning at a little bit after 8 that says, Alan Cox sabotaged the show. He uses the demon voice all the time.
That's exactly what it was.
And I'm like, what is happening right now?
It sounded like your demon voice,
okay,
but super slow. Like if you did that voice in slow motion, that's what the show sounded like for 3 hours.
Wow.
So they ended up like
that sucks.
Again, I ask a million questions. I send ideas, and then it's all like, oh, no, it can't be that.
Boy, they finally kind of, and people were texting me, boy, they finally kind of get the app working, and now the air signal is all over the place.
Yeah, that they fixed that yesterday. That was a whole nother nonsense issue that somehow was my fault. But either way.
How is that your fault?
I didn't text. I sent an email. I should have texted engineering and let them know prior to when he found out later in the day. So
I assume they're not looking at either of them, so who cares?
Right, that was my fault. Next time I'll call or I'll text and they'll tell me I need to email because they watch their email more. But whatever. Either
Hello,
way,
tech support?
Right. So I'm on with them. I'm on with the Premier Satellite people all morning long. And everybody's coming up with, oh no, this is an iHeart thing. It's on the operations end. Oh no, this is a Premier thing. It's on the satellite end. Oh, okay. All right, cool. So finally, we got in touch with the head honcho, the guy who literally runs all of engineering for the company.
That's Jim Honcho, right?
Jim Honcho. Yeah, actually it's Paul.
Paul
retired.
Honcho, I'm sorry.
So Paul got involved, and within minutes it was fixed. And basically it was the stupidest thing that was mentioned at 5:30 this morning, that it can't be that. It's exactly what it was. So we looked at everything else. We rebooted everything.
People texting me asking about your, quote, morning tragedy, they were kind of engaging in some hyperbole.
Hyperbole all day.
Okay.
It was, again, you're hearing
a pain in the ass.
You're hearing about it on the air, you know what I mean? And it was a humongous pain in the ass. I was up since, 5-something, dealing with annoyance instantly. You still got the sleepies in your eyes, and you're already logging into computers and yelling at people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thankfully, they were able to figure it out. At some point, they put on like an old show just to get something on the air that didn't sound like
Well, because our show yesterday over the air was repeating, right? It was skipping, and people would hear the last 10 seconds of what we already did or something.
Yeah. That was cool too. It's apparently, I was told, that's a sync issue with the difference between HD and analog broadcast, right? Like we have HD transmitters. So if the sync isn't set perfectly, that can happen. And I said, well, how do we make sure that it doesn't happen? Nerd alert! Nerd alert! Nerd alert! Oh, it's very rare. Oh, is it? Because it's happened twice in the last 2 months on this show.
It's very rare. I like when someone's response is, well, it shouldn't be doing that.
Oh, this
that should work.
You should have seen that.
It should.
From the highest levels of a satellite company that this company supposedly owns.
Yeah.
The excuses. This is like a 1 in a million chance that this happened the way it did. If you did this 1 million times, it would happen once. Okay, well, it happened once, and it happened today, and it happened for 3 hours before you dopes could figure it out.
Time. Well, here's my concern. People turn that on, Rob, and they hear these demon voices. They might call into question our claim that we are guaranteed human.
Yeah. Well, it definitely did not sound human for the majority of the show. Thankfully, you could kind of make out enough stuff that he was saying.
This is during RMG.
During RMG.
Yeah.
Like he was like numerous times he would say, you can listen to WMMS on the app. You can stream his TV channel.
Now, is he here or not?
He wasn't here today.
Okay.
No. But everybody else was. You know what I mean? So it was like there was nothing that, and Kennedy, when he got in, I had him run into the back room and look at it. There's nothing you can do on site. It literally, there are two in the entire company that could do what needed to be done to fix it. And they were both not called. On site. And they definitely were not on site. And right now, I just got a picture from someone too. Look at this. It says, why is the show coming up like this, Rob? Remember yesterday I sent you the thing that said HD, and it's at the...
I think this is the person who texted me that we come up on the Black Information Network. Now, full disclosure, that is my side hustle. But I don't know. Yeah.
Yesterday, everything said iHeartRadio. Today, it says Black Information Network. Maybe tomorrow it'll say WMMS, the radio station you're listening to. That would be amazingly helpful.
Well, we don't even have the Black Information Network anymore, do we?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we do.
We do?
Yeah, I think they just moved it. I think it is on one of our HD stations.
I thought it was on the old 99.1.
I think they moved it to another signal in town.
See.
I don't know exactly where it is, but I know it is on one of our HDs.
Okay.
So it would make sense that it would say that on us, but when it's on your primary signal as the wrong radio station, that seems like something again that should be adjusted and fixed. But But when you can't figure out how to make the regular radio play, I'm assuming fixing what it's called on your car radio is low on the list.
The display, yeah. Because there's no uniformity to that. It's just based on what car you have. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I don't even have like a touchscreen in my car because my car's a 2014 Ford Fusion. You know what I mean? So it's just like a static display. I mean, it'll show you what's on, but.
Yeah, I pulled in my garage yesterday and I saw that because I unplugged my phone. And it popped up on the screen, and it said 100.7 HD1 iHeart. And then below said iHeartRadio, iHeartRadio, iHeartRadio. I said, I can't think of anything.
I mean, we are 100.7. That's how people need to find us, I guess. But.
Amazing to me. And it's all, I'm like, I can't think of anything that's going to piss me off more than seeing iHeartRadio across the screen 55 times when it shouldn't say anything about it.
Like the buzzer logo or something.
Yeah, man. Like, who cares? Dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so did they have to contend with that their whole show?
It got fixed.
Or the one right next to it?
Yeah, man. I think it was like 8:30 maybe, something like that.
Wow. So the bulk of the show.
And then they ended up just putting on like yesterday's show somehow. I don't know. Because some of the stations are using that new software that a bunch of the stations here use, that sound crap.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when everything's software based, that's what you're gonna have meltdowns. I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, people were texting me, and I thought something terrible happened to you, and this is no fun.
No,
it's a colossal pain in the ass.
Tragedy is a bit of a stretch, but it was just a pain in the ass day that started very early and never broke. So here we are.
Boy, you and I had, my morning wasn't like that, but I just had one of those mornings where as soon as I woke up, I was in a bad mood.
Well, you knew it was going to be a bad day.
One of those mornings I was like, I was already, and I think, ironically, I had a relatively good night's sleep, all things being equal. I just woke up in a bad mood.
I woke up and it was one of those, I knew something was wrong. Just by I heard the phone.
Your spidey sense was tingling.
And I woke up in the position I normally don't wake up in because I was woken up. You know what I mean? So I was on my stomach with like my arm up. So like my hand was numb. I'm trying to reach for my phone.
And this is.
And I'm like, hello.
You're in the backseat of your car.
In my car, which is really weird, but that's what happens. I sleepwalk. I ended up in the car, yeah. So I grabbed it out of the center console.
Why am I surrounded back here by empty pints of ice cream? I don't care for this at all. Goddamn Ambien. Oh, no.
Yeah, so that's, again, not tragedy, just an enormous pain in the ass. And I talked to them after, and they're like, everything will be perfectly fine tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, until it isn't. Like, so that means tomorrow I got to get up at 5:30 again.
Hey, every day is a new opportunity to learn a new way to do something. Rob, do our jobs. Alan, I have to assume WGAR is the White Information Network.
Hey, no, that's WTAM.
Rip Dolly. I got to take a break here. Okay, 35192 is how you get a text into me. You can listen to us on that iHeartRadio network. You can also listen to us at 100.7.
At the moment.
WMMS.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7
WMMS.
So what's going to happen with your plus one? I mean, how's this going to lay out for you?
Well, I don't know. She's not coming. No. I gave that ticket away.
Oh, that was the only one. Okay. What were you screaming about HR?
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, we've been arguing and battling for like a couple of weeks now, and I finally had enough and said, and today kind of all pushed ahead, and I said, you know what, you can go after yourself, and just hung up on him.
Wow, how about that? Is this connected to the grinder wheel exploding in your face?
As a matter of fact, it is, yeah.
Wow.
So they wanted me to pay for the hospital visit, which I did, and I'm like, that's kind of not how this works, guys, but it is what it is. So
Guess so. Do you think that you'll be reimbursed?
No.
So what do they say? They're contending that it's operator error?
No, so anytime you deal with anything like that, especially when it gets in your eyes, you have to go see an optometrist, because I've done this several times in my life. So I just went straight to the optometrist. Well, they wanted me to go to some urgent care or something, and I was like, nope, we're not doing that. Let's just be done with this. And they're like, we're not paying for it. I was like, okay, cool. And then it ended up leading to, me getting into a big screaming match a couple of days ago, and it is what it is, man. Like,
But you'll be okay. You'll be okay day after tomorrow.
I better be. If not, you'll see me on the boat with a pirate patch.
Yeah, right.
You're a free agent then for work now if you told HR to get bent, right?
Yeah, here you guys are hiring, right?
Oh, yeah. You know us. We're always hiring.
Yeah, we need satellite technicians.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can you work for free?
Dude, I can build anything you got.
Right.
Well, yeah.
All right. Well, then, yeah, you're our guy if you want to work for free.
And best of all, Ethan, we do work in a grinder wheel-free environment.
Perfect, man. That's where most of my injuries come from.
All right. Well, we'll see you on Saturday.
Cool. Well, then I'll see you guys Saturday. And, bring your party pants, man. Let's get after it.
Oh, we're going to get some party. Wow, I forgot about my party pants, Rob.
Mine are at the cleaners.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to have them in time, I don't think.
Sounds like his shoes are at the cleaners.
Yeah.
Hey, that eclipse is tonight. I couldn't be more excited. I was talking about this yesterday, but sounds like, people go, oh, you're so stupid. Northeast Ohio, you're never going to see it because it's so cloudy. Bro, it's supposed to be clear tonight.
Crystal clear night.
Supposed to be clear tonight. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna be up. It's gonna peak shortly after midnight, Rob. I'm gonna be out there, standing in the street, looking straight up. I'm not even gonna pay attention if there's cars coming at me. I'm gonna straight up for this lunar eclipse. Did you see that they're adding the Ozzy haunted house out at Universal?
I did, yeah. I don't know how I feel about that, honestly.
The event opens tomorrow and at Universal Hollywood. That's the one in Orlando, at Universal Hollywood on September the 3rd. And they're only open through Halloween. Ozzy Osbourne, Prince of Darkness Haunted House. Well, Sharon is going to license him for this, that, and the other, right? I mean, she was always in charge of that stuff. And you can ride the crazy train.
This is why I said I don't know how I feel about all this.
I think I know how you feel about this.
It just feels so forced. But I know, like, at the end of the day, I know Sharon signed off on all of it, so...
Well, and also, this is not 1978. Like, Ozzy was not allergic to merch. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't allergic to the commercial end of his persona. They've been doing stuff for a long time. This feels like maybe the next logical progression of it. A dungeon holding patient number 9, because that was a song. A graveyard with a werewolf. And then, I guess a fake Ozzy on the throne? I don't know, the throne that he used at his final concert. That'll be there. And then they'll have they're flipping the script on this Ozzy haunted house. They're going to have a bat biting the head off a person.
Oh, see, because one time Ozzy did that.
He bit the head off a person.
Right.
And he didn't even get in trouble. That's the crazy thing.
Well, it was someone people didn't like very much.
Yep. He peed on a bat, and he bit the head off the Alamo. Pretty sure I'm getting those right. So Ozzy's gone, and they are honoring his legacy, of course. Brand new installation there at Universal Studios, Ozzy Osbourne, Prince of Darkness. I don't know what the price of darkness is. It's probably $50 to get in there. And Sharon calls it a wonderful tribute, as though she had nothing to do with it. Oh, what? Universal just called and they wanted to.
Oh, how lovely.
What? Oh, I
that's
mean,
so
I would have
nice.
never. By the way, they're dropping for people if Halloween is your identity. But it is very exciting for people. They're putting the Halloween movies, the John Carpenter movies, they're putting them back in theaters. Now, I'm a little bit of a weirdo in that those movies are fine, but I am partial to the third one, which had nothing to do with the other two movies. There was no Michael Myers. It was essentially a standalone film that they just tacked the Halloween name on it so that people would go see it. It was called Season of the Witch. So you had Halloween 1, Halloween 2, Electric Boogaloo, and then they had a third one called Halloween 3, The Season of the Witch, and it was this positively demented premise about this company that was making masks that would, like, crush kids' heads when this commercial came on television. It would activate this thing on the mask. It was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but I love that movie. So I will be, and I'm telling the audience about this if they're not hip to it, for the people who love those first two movies, right? Donald Pleasance, John Carpenter, Jamie Lee Curtis, the classics. I will be going to see Halloween 3. I think people who are fans of the first two probably poo-poo that third one. No Jamie Lee Curtis in it. So they're going to be showing across 3 or 4 nights in September. You can find out where this is going to be. But for people who want to see these in theaters, I always assume, by the way, that these things go back into theaters because they have new merch they want to sell people.
Makes sense.
Movies now really feel like the tail wagging the dog. Like they were like, oh, we're going to prepare for the new Avengers movie by putting Avengers Doomsday back in the theaters. And you can buy this Iron Man head popcorn bucket. I'm like, that's why you're putting it in there.
Mm-hmm.
You charge people $70 for the friggin' Iron Man popcorn bucket. Remember when popcorn buckets were just cardboard bowls?
Yeah, not anymore. The big giant plastic head.
Yeah. Well, the collectibles. I mean, I guess it makes sense. You know, if you're going to merch something out, it's going to be superhero movies and crap like that.
You can say anything is collectible and charge more for it. It's still just a popcorn bucket. You're not, what are you going to keep it for 50 years? Okay, cool. So in 50 years, you give that to somebody. Here's a collectible Iron Man head popcorn bucket. And you know what it's worth? It's worth what you bought it for because they made 843 million of them.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like the old days of collectibles where there was like 17 of something.
Yeah, no, they sent me one for that Nosferatu movie a couple of years ago, and I sold it. I got $50 for it. From the nerds.
That was the casket, right?
It was a tin sarcophagus. Yeah, it was like a hammered tin plate sarcophagus. That was a promo item for the Nosferatu film a couple of years ago with Skarsgård and Johnny Depp's kid. And I'm not going to put popcorn in this. Alan's such a bummer about Tim Curry. I can't believe you didn't mention him in The Worst Witch. That goes viral every so often, right? Tim Curry, who passed away at 80. Of course, he was Frank N. Furter. We were kind of playing a little bit of that yesterday. He was the Lord of Darkness in that movie Legend, Ridley Scott flick from the 80s. And there was a series of books called The Worst Witch, and ABC or somebody did a film in the mid-80s, and Tim Curry was... You ever see that video of him singing?
I don't know.
It goes viral every so often, this dance that he does.
Tonight, the most wonderful night.
He's got a cape, and he's got a tie. The bow tie looks like a bat.
Oh.
It's not like the guy was allergic to camp, right? I mean, he was the stage production of Rocky Horror. He played him on stage and in the film.
Never seen this.
Never seen The Worst Witch.
Could turn into a cat. There may be a toad in your bass guitar, or your sister could turn into a bat.
There might be a toad in the bass guitar, Rob. And why would there be a toad in the bass guitar?
Into a bat because it's spooky.
Ah. Yeah, so the production values of this are just god-awful. Something spooky's going down for sure. with the late Timothy Curry, who was quite protective of his personal life. You know, he would be asked occasionally in interviews, Tim, you never married, you never had kids. And he would talk about how, you know, he was devoted to his craft. But it was really, I haven't finished it yet, but I'm also done. I've been reading his memoir, but even before he died, I've been reading it for a couple of months, called Vagabond, and it's just dynamite because I love Tim Curry. But he was like, it's nobody's effing business what my private life is and blah, blah, blah. I wonder if he was hiding some stuff. He said he had a whole lot of relationships, but never married, never had kids.
I mean, you wouldn't be shocked if he was. Like, if they,
No.
you know, if that came out tomorrow, you'd be like, yeah, well, yeah, that makes sense.
But also, you know, when they talk about people died peacefully in their beds at home, which is how they described his passing away, right? That freaks a lot of people out. You know, there are people who will go, well, I had kids, so I'm not alone when I'm old. It's like, I got news for you. You're going to be alone when you're old. Your kids are going to be doing their own thing and their own families. And we all die alone. Not to put too fine a point on it, but you do. And you wonder who was there with Tim Curry. I think Becky from Wayne County left us a message about Tim Curry.
Hey, Jess. Hey, boys. It's Becky.
You know what?
I don't care for that at all.
Every time.
Hey, Jess. Hey, boys. It's Becky from Wayne County. You were talking about the late Tim Curry and Rocky Horror. And man, do I love me some Rocky Horror. I used to go turn of the century, early 2000s, to the West Theater in Barberton. They would do a midnight showing once a month. We'd get in, you know, dressed up in lingerie and head out and say all the things and have a good old time.
Now I'm back in.
I still go once a year, get dressed up, have lots of fun, lots of weird, awesome people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was out.
How'd you do,
Now you're back in.
Yeah.
See, you've met my faithful handyman. He's just a little brought down because when you knocked, he thought you were the
Candyman. You know, I met Becky in Wayne County. She's sitting in front of me at Hilarities about a month ago. I mentioned that, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
Stood up and introduced herself to me.
I'm pretty sure she
the
connected
way you're supposed to do it.
Instagram. I'm pretty sure I know who she is if I were to see her.
Well, it was dim in the club, so I met her, and all I came away with was she's a cute brunette. I don't know that I could pick her out again, though, if I ran into her, but...
Boy, she'd look good in...
What's that?
She'd look good in Rocky Horror lingerie.
Yes. Well, Tim Curry, you know, maybe he was a bit too comfortable in them fishnets. Maybe that's the implication that people are making.
I believe that's exactly the implication people are making.
But whatever.
And also his, like, you know, his overall delivery in a lot of his roles sort of gave that vibe. Even in Home Alone, he gave off like a very... You know, or it was Home Alone 2, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
Home Alone 2. You know, the wrong people from that movie keep dying.
We love you.
Yeah.
What about, Annie? He was Brewster and Annie.
Right. He was like the bad guy in Annie, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that till I saw a video this morning.
Same. When they were doing like a little retrospective last night in the news, I was like, oh, right, Annie, because I haven't seen that movie in 100 years. I literally saw it once.
That's him?
Yeah, he's Rooster.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Rob, I only watched Annie because I'm a huge Albert Finney fan.
Yeah. Well, that's what you said on the T-shirt said.
Yeah, I'm a huge Albert Finney fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's the only reason I'm so bummed I'm going to be cremated upon my own death, because if I was going to have a headstone, that would be my epitaph. It would say, Alan Cox, here lies Alan Cox, hilarious human, spoiler of women's dreams, huge Albert Finney fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
I knew the last part. I didn't know what the previous were going to be. I thought I was pretty sure you mentioned at one point female orgasm denier.
No, that's what that guy called me a long time ago.
Yeah.
Those are his words, not mine.
That's why, but I thought you were going to use that.
No, nope.
Didn't realize.
I'm more of a ruiner of women's dreams.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, listen, you take the rough with the smooth. What do you want to do? Yeah, Tim Curry. My older daughter was posting a lot of Tim Curry with a lot of crying emojis. I'm like, yeah, this sucks, man.
It does suck.
Really suck. And a guy, he had been sick for a long time, like a decade plus. He had been infirmed and, you know, so when you'd see him in public, you were like, whoa. You know, he'd start looking like Stephen Hawking. But, you know, you you kind of atrophy in that situation. And obviously, nobody expects you to look at 80 the way you did back in the day. But so much good work in his CV.
Does Peter Cullen count as the third in this one?
I mean, a lot of people died. Yeah, I'll get to Peter Cullen in a bit. But yeah, the Optimus Prime guy died.
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess that he would be big enough to be the third of the Dolly Parton, Tim Curry crew, right?
You mean not J.P. Morgan, formerly of The Gong Show, who whipped her boobies out?
Should I not make that same bank joke again?
Go ahead.
Is that the person from the bank, Alan? Oh.
Not the person from the bank, Rob.
Okay, Jess going to jump in on that one with J.G.
Nope,
Wensworth?
No, I learned from that.
J.G. Wensworth is what she said, yeah. Ah, boy. No, not that.
Okay.
I have a structured annuity, and I need cash now.
Great song. It is a bop.
It's a
She just did it
certified
again.
banger, isn't it?
She
She,
did just
said
sing it.
Wensworth again.
It is not Wensworth.
Nope. She's seconds after saying, "Oh, I learned."
Oh, I
from
learned. I
yesterday.
got it now.
I learned from yesterday.
Is a chess level event.
You
J.G.
guys,
Wensworth.
Yeah, I know I learn. I pay attention. Call J.G. Wensworth.
She's making it her own, Rob, is what she's doing. Hey, WMMS presents Black Label Society. Zach Wilde and the boys are on the American Crusade Tour. Caller 10, these tickets are yours. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007. Rob and I are going to be there. Zach Sabbath and Dark Chapel, as history dictates. They will be in the opening slots. Never a bad show from BLS, boy. It is Sunday, September the 13th at Jacobs Pavilion, AXS.com with the details on the show. This pair here for caller 10. I'll have the last pair this week tomorrow about this time. So good luck. 35192. Text here for anything else, and we'll be back.
This is the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app or whatever smart device you have. Just tell it to play the Alan Cox Show on iHeartRadio. The most talked about music festival.
KIGH.com or call 800-234-1001.
The countdown to the new NFL season is on.
And now, all 32 in-market local teams can be heard on the free iHeartRadio app.
He's in! That's a jet touchdown! Just open the app and search your favorite team.
Plus, Fox Sports Radio breaks it all down.
As we get closer to week 1.
It's crazy, and it's fun.
Join the conversation and stay locked in. Live, local games with you all season long.
Download the iHeartRadio app.
Search NFL and press play.
Some shows will talk about aha moments. This one talks about what? Oh, what the f*** moments.
The Alan Cox Show.
On the buzzer.
WMMS.
We're back Saturday night with our metal show after a lengthy hiatus. Summer is weird around here. So me and Pat Butler and Corey Roddick, we do a thing called 2 hours to midnight, and as the name implies, we get going around 10 o'clock Saturday night, but it is 120 minutes of nothing but metal, and very excited to bring it to you. A lot of new stuff, a lot of throwbacks. There's local metal in there as well, so if you're in a local metal band, make sure that you hit us up with what you're doing, because we like to play people who are, doing shows in and around Northeast Ohio and blasting eardrums, that kind of stuff. So our email is 2htm@wmms.com. But if you're a heavy metal fan, we grabbed the last 2 hours of Saturday night and play that stuff for you. Guardians are off tonight, but their second sweep in a row. Took 3 from the Angels and then took the Rockies. They're in Denver. So 6 in a row. Pretty good. They'll start up Friday, tomorrow night, against the Royals here at home. Royals, Blue Jays, Tigers. 3-3-4, respectively, on this lengthy homestand. So tomorrow night, 7:10. We'll get out of here and make room.
It's page 37.
Take 2.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
We'll get out of here and make room for Guardians Royals tomorrow night on your FM home for Cleveland Guardians Baseball 100.7. WMMS. Buzzard. And you can use the promo code Fandango, as our floating Fandango is the day after tomorrow. Finally. I love when we finally get to announce to people that the cruise is coming, but then we spend so much time talking about it, I just want it to happen.
Yes.
Because every time that we do a public event or a promotion, in our brains, Rob, we go, this might be the last time we get to do something like this, right?
Yeah, well, everything needs a last one.
Yeah. And so, but we love doing the cruise. It's brought to you by Circle K, Twisted Tea, and Sun Cruiser. And your last couple of chances to win tickets, because the ones for purchase are sold out. I will have another pair for you at 4:10 today and tomorrow. So the last 4 tickets will go out over the next 2 days. The cruise, if you are already set up, we leave from the 9th Street Pier there by the Rock Hall on the Good Time 3. Taint Smasher will be your entertainment, and you're going to love what he's doing. And we want to make sure everybody gets on. So your ticket will say 3 o'clock. I'm looking at my tickets here, Rob.
Yeah.
I made sure that I got physical tickets. I mean, I only need one, but...
Ticket in your hand, say 3 o'clock.
Yeah, it says 3 o'clock, but we start boarding around 2:30. So just keep that in mind. The Good Time 3. It says right in the ticket, WMMS, Alan Cox Cruise, Captain Funds Fandango. I guess if you're working in a nautical industry, the floating is implied.
Sure.
So they don't have to put that on there.
There's also only so much room on the ticket.
True.
They start printing on the back.
True. Yep. We do get wordy around here. So, Fandango, 15% off at CLE Clothing Company through the end of the month. Of course, first day of September is going to be Tuesday, and then you will pivot to Rush, RUSH, and still 15% off there.
Jesus, Tuesday, September.
I know.
God almighty.
Labor Day weekend next weekend.
Yeah.
Dave, you excited?
Yes, I am!
All right. Thank you. I was reading that and then I'll move on from the sports thing here, but I was reading that the Sky and Fever game, the Chicago Sky, Indiana Fever, set the record for viewership. The Fever Sky game is the most watched regular season WNBA game in 31 years. Now, it used to be, obviously the Fever, you got Caitlin Clark, the Chicago Sky, my former employers. They had Angel Reese. That was like your classic, for a while people were paying attention because it was Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Well, Angel Reese isn't on the Sky anymore. She went to Atlanta. So I wonder why this one was. 3.5 million viewers on NBC and Peacock.
Sophie Cunningham.
But she's not on she's on the Fever.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's a lot going on with her right now. People are paying attention.
Oh, because she's Mega Barbie?
It seems that way.
Yeah, but also, but then why wouldn't, Indiana versus fill in the blank be like a huge...
That's a great... I don't know the answer, but I
don't know who won that game.
They were attributing... something I was reading was attributing the... basically saying, any press is good press type of thing when it comes to the WNBA.
I see. The Fever won 113-90. Caitlin Clark and the Fever continue to be the league's top draw. And I was the arena host for the Chicago Sky back in the day, and it's a lot of fun. Sophie Cunningham, like you said, big draw. And then there's that dude who got washed out of the NBA who wants to pretend that he's going to the WNBA.
Yeah, they've already said that's not happening.
I know. I haven't really paid attention to that, but, because everything now, it's done in good faith. The June 22nd, 1997 opening weekend games were the only ones that got higher ratings. New York Liberty versus the LA Sparks and Charlotte Phoenix. Well, sure, you're going to be glued to Charlotte Phoenix.
Jesus, that's got to suck.
How so?
You never get back to the ratings of your opening weekend as a league. Like, that does blow.
Well, it's a short season, right? I mean, it's...
Yeah, but
yeah,
it screams disinterest. Like, right?
Maybe. I mean, again, they're...
I'm all in favor of everything when it comes to women's sports, just because of how I grew up. My mom owned, we've talked about this, my mother owned professional women's soccer teams. I was around all of that stuff all of my life. So I'm a big supporter of women's sports. I have 2 daughters. It does have to suck if you're an athlete in that league knowing that no one's paying attention.
Well, it was, I don't know if it was really a fait accompli, but there was they made a big show a couple of years ago of that women-centric sports bar. It's called the W Sports Bar.
Yeah.
And it opened in Gordon Square. And they then shut it down because they said, we're going to move. And this was back in the spring. Usually when somebody goes, we're going to move something bigger and better, you're like, well, I mean, I'll believe when I see it. They initially said Margaritaville was closing for renovations. But nobody believed that. And so when they shut this sports bar back in the spring, they're like, hey, we're not shutting down. We're going to move. And maybe they have announced what the next move is. But I always feel like that's a place kind of, they can't bring themselves. They kind of kick the can rather than.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's investors involved and things like that. So maybe you don't want to kind of show your cards too early. But it would be, for as gimmicky as some people accuse them of being, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not like if you were a guy, you couldn't go there. Alan, it's probably because nobody watches the WNBA that everybody assumed Angel Reese was still on the Chicago Sky. Yeah, but there are people who watch the WNBA. That's what I'm saying. I mean, the only reason that people, if you will, dunk on them is because they compare them to the NBA. And it's not that. So
well, it's more that the why don't we make the same amount of money conversations. That's where they open themselves up for people to just rip on them constantly.
Was there ever a player in the WNBA who actually said that?
Yeah, I think so.
Who actually said we should be making as much money as the guys in the NBA because they know how pro sports work. They know the licensing deals and they know the merch and things like that. And it's like they know.
I feel like
just don't have as many fans.
I feel like Angel Reese may have said exactly that. like those exact words.
Well, that's somebody puffing up their chest. That's
agreed. Agreed.
I mean, you're throwing red meat to the haters, but yeah. 29 years ago. Sorry, not 31. I am terrible with math. 1997 was 29 years ago.
Oh, I go right along with it.
Yeah?
Yeah, is that right? Yeah, it sounds right.
Yeah, I went the other way. If you listen to us on the iHeartRadio app, which to the best of my knowledge has been working pretty solidly, you can leave messages for us with the talkback button.
Hey, Alan, it's Eric in Penn Hills, Pennsylvania. I, like you, don't understand why people can't drive the correct direction in a parking lot. Or car park, as you've been calling it lately. Very British of you. Anyway, I was at Walmart today and I saw someone pointing the wrong direction. I said, another wrong way parker. And that's when I realized, and this is why I really called, that wrong way parker sounds like one of those old-timey baseball names you throw out there. And wrong way parker connects with Boots Puffinburger for the second time today.
Oh, yeah. Boots Puffinburger. Thank you, Eric. Wrong way Parker. Oh, that's great.
Rounding third, wrong way, Parker.
What did he say? Boots Puffin?
Yeah, something.
Boots Puffin Fuffer.
And here comes Count Sensendorfer around home plate. Wrong way Parker hit a double, but he runs for third base. Because he's wrong way.
Oh, my God, here comes Stinky Flapjacks.
Moonlight Graham and Cannonball Titcomb have gotten into fisticuffs. In the infield, it's a Donnybrook. Snuffy Sternweiss and Boiler Yard Clark are going at it.
Oh, a haymaker! He threw a haymaker!
He threw a haymaker at Haymaker Clark.
The sweet, sweet irony.
That's called meta, kids.
Anyway, thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. Wrong way Parker. Look at this wrong way Parker. Oh, yeah, he played for the Brooklyn Bombers. And if I were to say 3 words to you, if I were to say the words, decomposed scrotum juice.
All right.
Now, I'm not playing them on 2 Hours to Midnight.
But they are at the Agora this weekend.
They are. Yep. I follow more than one crime scene cleanup account on social media.
I do too.
I find it fascinating. A morbid curiosity, right? A friend of mine at home is a mortician. And so he sent me, he goes, hey, check this lady out. There's a lady, young blonde on Instagram. Listen, it's a growth business, right? Being a mortician. But they go to these places and they, and she, Lauren, the mortician, was talking about the decomposed scrotum juice that she came in contact with.
Probably be included in mortuary school tuition. We got called to an unattended death in the middle of July. We're talking over 90-degree temperatures every single day. No air conditioning, hoarder house conditions, trash everywhere. And the smell hit us before we even fully opened the door. This gentleman had been deceased for several days, and the swelling of his body was unlike anything I had ever seen before in my life. He was completely naked because, of course, he was. His body was actually on top of this mountain of empty Mountain Dew liter. He was laying.
Okay. All right.
Stereotypes don't come out of thin air. He died on a mountain of Mountain Dew liter bottles. That's how I want to go, Rob. That's how I want to go.
It does sort of sound
naked and on a ziggurat of Mountain Dew. I'll get back into it. I'm on a Dew hiatus.
On them. Upper body elevated, lower body not. And his scrotum was literally the size of 2 basketballs. I am not exaggerating. I wish I was. But wait, it gets worse. Because during the transfer, when we had to place his body inside of the body bag, those basketballs I mentioned, they ruptured. Yep, it got on me. No, I've never emotionally recovered from that. Once you've had...
I'll tell you what, the decomposed scrotum juice, Rob, you really want to... I have to think that maybe she would go in there wearing goggles.
Yeah, and you
certainly
might
hope.
Treat beach ball-sized nuts with a
With
little
respect.
more care. You know what I mean? Like, you might be careful trying to zip up that bag. That thing's just full of fluid. It's going to blow up.
She has 1.1 million followers on Instagram. God. And I wouldn't have known about her unless my mortician friend had sent it to me. That's crazy. Good for her.
You think it's kind of like a water balloon, like it just punctures like a little hole and it just sprays out a little bit? Or do you think once that thing let go, it was just flood?
I definitely think it exploded everywhere.
I guess my question is, why does it blow up that much? I mean, it would seem like there'd be a finite amount that it could expand. I know that when the fluids in the body are collecting and all that, the body bloats and things like that. But why? I'll take her at her word that she's not exaggerating when she says 2 basketballs.
Well, didn't she say that he was elevated
Yeah,
on
but
top and then not on the bottom?
Yeah.
That's why. So everything just sunk. All that fluid just
why not to his
traveled
feet
south.
and ankles?
Well,
why did it stop in his
He
nuts?
probably had huge nuts.
Wow, how about that?
I mean, I don't know what the nuts look like in the first place. He may have had abnormally large testicles to start.
I guess so. Imagine that. Now, that is not how I want to go out.
No?
Naked at like a 30-degree grade with giant, ready-to-explode nuts.
I mean, at least I'd be a story. Like, I feel like at least I'm making headlines.
Good pun.
For my death.
Yeah.
This is how we found him. Big, giant ball sack.
I wonder where she's based out of. I don't know if it's Texas or where. I mean, whatever she was talking about, she's like, it was super hot and it was,
She said something that was very accenty. I don't know what the word was.
Well, she sounded like she was from Wisconsin. She's like, I put him in a body bag.
There was a word that I caught that was like, oh boy.
She could be a transplant for all I know. But still, I mean, she's young. She probably looks like she's maybe late 30s, early 40s, and she's blonde and, attractive, whatever. But yeah, Lauren the Mortician. And I'm sure she got a big YouTube channel and a whole bit. But yeah, I already follow a few crime scene cleaning accounts. And my friend who's a mortician sent me this. Brian, your thoughts?
Everybody join the orgy.
Okay, that's really got nothing to do with this. Maybe he heard about the giant nuts he went from there. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Brian. Well, anyway, she might be worth looking into. I don't know that all of her stories are that graphic. Alan, they were probably full of Mountain Dew. Yeah, it's Lauren the Mortician with periods in between the words. So Lauren dot.
Oh, those kind.
Yes. In between periods, Rob, she's posting.
I was going to say, she
videos.
Doesn't post a lot of videos then.
No, every 28 days she'll throw
I read
something
somewhere
out.
that their periods attract bears. The bears can smell the menstruation.
Welp, so much for eating this lunch I'm in the middle of. Thanks a lot, Alan. There's a text.
Why?
Because
somebody's big, giant Mountain Dew balls?
Yes.
Hey, Alan.
Well, that was a delicious pickle until I heard that, someone else says.
Hey, Alan.
Suck it up. It's not like you're eating a plum. You're eating a sandwich or something. You're fine.
Alan, was it old-timey baseball player Sacky McBiggins?
Hey, Alan.
Rich in Northfield did corpse removal when he was a teenager. 16 to 19 he did it. Super cool, super fun.
I don't know about that.
Well, I think that the only time in your life where you would describe that as super cool and fun is 16 to 19, right? Because you're like, you conceivably have your whole life ahead of you, and you're like, I'm just doing this for a while. The novelty of it is probably wears off pretty quickly.
Yeah, that wouldn't be for me. I wouldn't want anything to do with that. Right?
Same.
It just seems like, there's just no need. They don't need me to. Yeah, there's plenty of people that would be okay doing that. I'm not one of them.
You'll leave it to them.
Yeah.
Leave it to the professionals.
Well, it's just not okay.
Yeah. Somebody's got to do it.
I know, but that makes me start questioning everything. Like, I don't want to. That's going to be me.
Uh-huh.
I don't.
Well, then you take great pains to ensure that it's not you, right? You don't die atop a mountain of Dew liter bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Something to think about.
Yeah, that did feel redundant, didn't it? When you said a mountain of Mountain Dew.
A mountain of Mountain Dew.
I feel like you did do. I think you got it right the second time there with Mountain of Dew.
I did. Hey, Jim Henson's Labyrinth. Remember this film? If you're a Gen Xer, you sure do. To wit, they're celebrating their 40th anniversary with a live band playing the score of the film as it screens. And they're doing Labyrinth in concert at the Agora, Sunday, September 27th. If you want to go, be caller 10. And you will. 216-578-1007. 800-348-1007. The full film. Maybe it's been a long time since you've seen it. Maybe it's one of your favorite films, and you want to see it with a live band. AXS.com for the details. But caller 10, those are yours. I'm going to take a break here. Talking to Roland Orzabal shortly, frontman for Tears for Fears. He's got a memoir out. I'm a huge fan of that band and him. We'll chat with him on Zoom around 4. And anything else, shoot me a text, 35192. You can watch on YouTube. You can listen on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS. Rover's Morning Glory.
We had this debate on the bus years ago. What would you...
Show.
Cox. Cox. Is that with an X? Yes.
216-578-1007 or 1-800-348-1007.
Talking to Roland Orzabal here in a few minutes. He's the longtime frontman for Tears for Fears. He's got a memoir out. Very excited to talk to him. It's called Welcome to Your Life. He refers to it as an astrological memoir. So that's where his head is. I'll have him on Zoom in about 10 minutes. Big fan of this band. Listening to them again last night.
Great song.
Get myself in the mood, Rob. He and Kurt Smith were estranged for many, many years, and then they kind of reconvened, and I don't think they're touring this year, but we'll find out. Hey, listen, not everybody is subject, Rob, to all these technological issues that we've had here. You know, we were talking earlier about the problems they were having with the signal and software and digital satellite relays and things like that. We do have a contingent of people in our audience who don't have to worry about any of that at all, because they're kind of more or less off the grid.
Alan and Rob, oh crap, what is the girl in the back that replaced the gay kid? That girl, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. My name is Ishmael Weaver, and we're half Amish, half Mennonite, and it's been a swell time. We're listening to you by radio, actually by a satellite, and it's like a crank. You crank it, and it charges up, and I hear it one beat at a time, but the Alan Cox Show is where it's at. I gotta go milk some cows. Love y'all.
Wow, a guy, he's half Mennonite, half Amish, Rob, and he's out there listening somehow on the app.
On a crank radio.
On a crank radio. Maybe he's doing crank and listening to the radio.
Yeah,
on a crank radio. Ishmael Weaver. Listen, I love to hear from listeners out in the hinterlands, but wow,
And
out
the
there
gay
listening to the
kid.
show and listening on his crank radio. I actually do have one. You have a crank radio?
No.
I have one. It's in my bug-out bag. Crank radio.
Oh,
so
my
if
dad has one, yeah.
Yeah. If everything else goes down, you
Yep.
can get information and,
Zombie apocalypse bag.
Although it's funny because if, we lament the state of broadcasting in the 21st century all the time, I don't know who those people would conceivably be. They would be giving you up to the minute information. But and then people leaving us messages who are just champing at the bit to join us on Saturday. Rob, for Captain Fun's Floating Fandango.
Mm-hmm.
I will have another pair of tickets for you to win after I talk to Roland Orzabal, so that's not that far off.
How's it going, Alan and Rob? And I just wanted to say I'm actually one of the participants that's going on your boat. I'm so excited. I do have measles, and I hope everyone's excited as well. But it's okay. I should have a box or something. But I'm excited to be on the boat. All right, I'll see you. This is Timothy. All right,
Timothy with measles. I do have measles. I hope that's okay.
And I'm not worried about it in the least.
Right. RFK Jr. says measles are fake news.
And I'm vaccinated, so I'm not worried. It's all the people that aren't.
Boy, measles. You want to talk about FAFO.
Yeah.
2 people in Pennsylvania died from measles.
Yep.
Obviously, there's comorbidities involved in that, probably, but they haven't had anybody die of that in 35 years there.
Right.
And 2 people, I don't trust what's going on. The RFK Jr. tells people not to do stuff. 2 people died.
Yep.
Out there in Lancaster County. How about that? I got a problem with, what were we talking about? You know what's in Lancaster County? Lititz, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Remember we were talking about that town a couple of weeks ago? We were talking about hot zips.
Yeah.
For our purposes in this business, hot zips are like when we have a huge particular zip codes that might have a large concentration of listeners.
Mm.
And so if we're going to do an appearance and be like, hey, we're going to be here, and because you kind of know. And I was only talking about it last week because they had laid out some of the hottest zips for real estate. And a bunch of them were in your home state of Massachusetts. Peabody, Westfield, Livonia, Michigan, which is suburban Detroit, and Lititz, Pennsylvania. Now, I was informed by our PA bureau chiefs, it's pronounced Lititz.
Yeah.
But it's right there in Lancaster County, in the middle of nowhere. I lived in Pennsylvania for almost 10 years. I had never heard of litits. But these two people in Lancaster County, I don't know if they were related. I think maybe they might be. And, of course, the Red Hats, they say, well, these outbreaks are because of all the illegal immigrants.
Sure, yeah.
Not because of the dummies who aren't getting vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, listen, it's your life. And if you want to shuffle off your mortal coil at something that no one's died from in 35 years in your state, well, then there it is.
And in some circles, I believe they call that natural selection.
Ah. Well, science and technology, though, have really they've removed natural selection from the process, right? Back in the day, you could make a case for that. But science, and ironically, this is exactly what we're talking about. Science and medicine and technology have extended the lives of people who, under normal circumstances, would have been weeded out a long time ago.
For sure.
So natural selection, that's from a bygone era.
But you're recreating it right now. You just said it. People have not died from this in how many years?
30. Well, in Pennsylvania, nobody's died from measles in 35 years.
All right. So in
two people
Pennsylvania,
died from
right?
Yeah.
So we're literally.
But I'm sure every state has
reinventing it.
I'm sure every state has situations like that, right?
Just bringing it back.
So yeah, there's a beach in Jersey. Speaking of getting vaccinations and stuff, they had to close a Jersey beach because syringes kept washing up on the shore. Now, again, everybody, you got these negative Nellies who are like, ugh. My thought is, hey, man, free syringe.
Yeah, dust it off.
Yeah.
Done.
Safety is a big deal, and I think that syringes, and God knows what's on them.
We had no open wounds. We talked about that even before we went in, and we decided to give it a try.
Plus, if there's a stray needle and you step on it, I was a little nervous about it.
One beach cleanup is definitely not enough to say something's safe. This is, we can't change what's out in the oceans or what people have done in the past, but we can change our reaction to it.
Nerd alert! Nerd alert! Nerd alert!
Oh, I don't want to step on a needle on a public beach. Whatever.
Then don't go to the beach in New Jersey.
Yeah.
The hell do you think is going to happen? You're on a beach in New Jersey.
Come on, man. I was actually thinking of Mary Santora's boyfriend, Brian.
Yeah.
He's in waste management. He's a garbage man.
Garbage day! Huh? No!
Oh, no, garbage men, because so many people are using GLP-1s, garbage men are now getting constantly stuck with needles.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, are people... listen, I understand the increase in needles, right? But people are just throwing needles into the they're not capping them again. They're
that
not.
doesn't make any sense.
Jesus Christ! In, like, a box, right?
Well, or whatever. I don't know. I don't.
Sharps containers is what you're.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. If you take that stuff, like I take testosterone and peptides through the good folks at Mentality, and if you're interested in anything like that, you can check them out online at mentalityhealth.com. But I take and I use the needle. Into a little Sharps container it goes, and then when I have an appointment, I bring the Sharps container with me, and they give me an empty one, and I thought that that's what every single person on planet Earth that used syringes did.
Well, yeah, because you have kind of a process there and a ritual and a protocol. There must be a lot of people who are just getting, like, half-ass compound stuff off of Amazon or whatever. I love all these people who are, I have a phobia of needles. This one will help you lose weight. Just stick in their stomach. I'm good. Yeah, same
Where do
people.
I need to put it? In my eyeball? Fine.
Yeah. I ain't gonna get vaccinated. I don't know what's in it. You don't know what's in this either, but you'll lose weight. Give it to me.
I'll take 2.
You dummy. But I just can't. Yeah, garbage men. They're like, we gotta. First of all, I thought anybody doing that job was already wearing some kind of protective hand gear, but they're like, garbage bags are just full of needles now.
Jesus.
Oh my God. I
guess
people
I hadn't
aren't
thought
capping
of
them or.
That seems to be the other piece, right? If you're using those and you're saying, people are just buying it online or whatever, why wouldn't you put the cap back on the needle if you're going to throw it in the trash?
I don't know.
Wow.
Let me talk to Roland Orzabal. He's the longtime frontman for Tears for Fears, and he has a book out. It is called Welcome to Your Life, Love, Death, and Tears for Fears, and I'm a huge fan. Hello, Roland.
How are you?
Oh, my goodness. How are you?
I'm very good, yeah.
I don't want to fanboy on you too hard here. I was talking yesterday on the show that you were about to come on, and I was talking about how there have been a couple of instances where I'd been thwarted in my attempts to see Tears for Fears over the years.
Really?
Not that I mean to rhyme that much. You're one of those bands that when you tour, I immediately buy tickets. I don't look at my calendar. I don't see what's going on. And on a couple of occasions, I haven't been able to make it. And so I know I don't think you're out this year, but I'm hoping that you guys are out next year.
I believe we are, yeah. Absolutely.
I have to imagine you wouldn't do it if you didn't like doing it, but is it a bigger hurdle than it used to be? Do you still have fun going out and doing it?
No, I would say I enjoy it more, to be honest with you. I would say the more material we have, the more sort of variety we can include in the show. We all the new stuff is fantastic, but then we've got all the hits as well as a backup to sort of to create this dynamic.
It does have to feel good to go out there. You know, when I was coming up, there's about a decade between you and I, but Tears for Fears was pretty formative. When I was a younger man, I was a heavy metal kid. And so I pretty much had a steady diet of that, and pop bands weren't really blowing my skirt up. You guys resonated with me because there was such a healthy dose of nihilism in Tears for Fears. You guys were like optimists in cynics' clothing, and that stuck me right in the soft tissue.
That's a very good way of putting it, and you're the first person to say that.
Is that a pretty fair assessment of where your guys' heads were?
I think it's a very fair assessment, yeah.
Roland's book, by the way, we'll talk about it. It's called Love, Death, and Tears for Fears, and it pretty much goes tip to taint on the creative part of his life and the difficulties along the way, personally and professionally. And, you know, it's funny to me, there's a lot of people who think that Gary Jules wrote Mad World because his version is pretty prolific, but that is your guy's song. It was born out of your guys' creative endeavors.
Yeah, it was a song I wrote when I was 19, actually, and it became our very first hit when we were 21, and it really started the ball rolling. It was, it led to quite a lot of success in Britain, which then opened the door in America with the second album.
You know, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, obviously, that has become, I mean, you can never overestimate you know, what that song is and what it means to people, and it would show up in films, and it's just one of those songs that is woven into the fabric of pop culture. I have to assume there's pressure that comes after something like that, or was it you guys going, well, let's see what we come up with next?
I think what happened was, you know, from Big Chair was so big in the States, and we only had 2 albums worth of material.
Yeah.
And we were also reliant on this tape machine to play the backing tracks or to play the drum machines of like Mad World and Shout. And we were tied to it. So we would do the same set for 8 months. And be honest with you, I was completely tired of it. I was tired of the success, and I wanted to go away, and I wanted to tear up the rule book, which was a long process. And it took about 4 years before we had the Seeds of Love album.
Yeah.
But it's a very, very different statement from Big Chair.
I think of post Seeds of Love. I had just gotten hired at a radio station in Michigan, mid-'90s, and they had a box of CDs there that they weren't going to play. It was a rock station, but they had a box of CDs, which is pretty common at radio stations, of music they knew they weren't going to play. And so I went through it because I was like, maybe there'll be something in here. And Raul and the Kings of Spain was in there. And the ones that you did essentially by yourself, or without Kurt at least, under that Tears for Fears banner, Elemental and Raul and the King, those are 2 of my with respect to him, those are 2 of my favorite albums of all time. I love those records.
Thank you so much. And I love them too. You know, Elemental was great fun to record. I was suddenly found myself working with a guy called Alan Griffiths, and writing songs was just so easy. It was spontaneous. And then with Raul and the Kings of Spain, which was a name, by the way, that I was thinking of using instead of Tears for Fears, that was a joy as well. We went down to the south of France for about 3 months. Al and I looked at the Mediterranean. The weather was stunning. I was playing tennis and learning tennis, and it was a great time. But it was one of, not very good emotionally because I was, me and my wife were close to separating at the time. So a lot of that emotional stuff went into the writing of that album.
They talk about how this great art comes from pain, and obviously you would know that as well as anybody. Is it I'm sure it's different per person, but is it difficult to make songs from pain that aren't overly literal? Because you probably feel like you need to vent your spleen to some degree. Is it difficult to make something like that poetic?
No, I mean, it's never as ugly as the real feeling.
Yeah.
But you get a chance through music. You get a chance to express things harmoniously. You make things more beautiful, and therefore you're creating a structure that's based on a feeling, and that structure will last longer than the feeling. Most feelings evaporate over time, and you forget why you felt them. But this is a way of, in a sense, keeping those feelings alive.
Yeah, it's kind of carving it into stone, isn't it? It's a document of that time.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. You and I are both old dads. How does that treat you? I read something you said where there had been 18 years between those two Tears for Fears records, and you said, well, the next one won't take that long because I don't think I have that much time. You don't think you've got 18 years left?
Well, I'm hoping, I'm
yeah.
I'm not optimistic. It depends whether I'm like my mum. She's still alive.
Yeah.
She's 91. And my dad died at 73.
Okay.
All of a sudden, which was the age expectancy at the time.
Sure.
So, I mean, I hope I'm more, healthy than my father and my mother, but you never know. I mean, I'm going to try and stay alive.
Boy, for you and me both, I hope you do. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
I was reading the book last week. Roland Orzabal's book is called Love, Death, and Tears for Fears. It's called Welcome to Your Life, and I was reading it last week. And boy, when you mentioned as a young man that you read The Outsider by Colin Wilson, I was like, wow, I remember reading that book.
Yeah, incredible, isn't it? I mean, it's a story of existentialism, basically, which is, many, many authors at the time in the 60s, I think this existentialism, this sense that life is meaningless, comes from atheism. It comes from a belief in no God, no faith, no meaning. Our place in life in the solar system is completely random. We aren't connected to each other. That's the general feeling. But what the existentialists did, they found meaning by like assassination, or this terrible event that all of a sudden it took over their lives, which I don't recommend.
That's a high hurdle when you go that route. Roland, I appreciate your time. I'm a huge fan. When you guys go out next year, I am not going to let anything thwart me from seeing you. So congrats on the book, and thanks for your time.
Thank you so much.
There's Roland Orzabal, frontman for Tears for Fears.
Wow.
Love the band. The book is, he calls it an astrological memoir. I didn't get into that with him, but Welcome to Your Life is the book. They sent me a copy last week, and I read the whole thing. So good. Hey, I mentioned it enough times, and I'm going to mention it again. Rob, we got a cruise coming up. And,
do we?
Yeah, it's on Saturday.
When? Which Saturday?
This coming Saturday. Can you make it?
I'm gonna have to move some stuff around.
Please do.
All right.
Captain Fun's Floating Fandango. Caller 10, you get the second to last pair of tickets, because you have to win them now. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007. It's brought to you by Circle K and Twisted Tea and Sun Cruiser. We're going back out in the Good Time 3. Taint Smasher will be along with us as well. And it's going to be a hell of a time. If you've never joined us before, this will be your maiden voyage, if you will. And if you've joined us before, let's have fun. All the info at WMMS.com. The caller 10, those tickets are yours. And we'll do one last pair tomorrow on the show. 35192. Text me for anything else there, and we'll be back.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Or whatever smart device you have.
Just
889-9966.
The countdown to the new NFL season is on.
And now, all 32 in-market local teams can be heard on the free iHeartRadio app.
He's in! That's a jet touchdown! Just open the app and search your favorite team.
Plus, Fox Sports Radio breaks it all down.
As we get closer to week 1. It's crazy, and it's fun.
Join the conversation and stay locked in. Live, local games with you all season long.
Download the iHeartRadio app.
Search NFL and press play.
Fun fact, celebrity deaths, like testicles, sometimes come in threes. The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7
WMMS.
You got the touch. You got the power.
Remember Marky Mark and Boogie Nights?
Oh, yeah.
You got the touch. Now, when I saw Boogie Nights, was this 97, 98?
Around there, yeah.
I didn't get this joke because I wasn't into Transformers. I was a GoBots man, Rob. I didn't realize that his big idea was singing a song from the Transformers cartoon. So once I figured that out, or once somebody told me, that is very, very funny, but I thought that was a cheesy song that he had made up in that movie. I didn't know that it was from Transformers.
Well, they cheesed it up, for what he was doing.
Yes, but still.
His take on it.
What a weird song to have in a cartoon about robot cars, whatever. Peter Cullen died. We mentioned this earlier, but he was the longtime voice, the only voice, I think, of Optimus Prime.
Yep.
From the cartoon beginnings in the early 80s through the films. Canadian guy, was very, very accomplished as a voice actor.
My name is Optimus Prime. We are autonomous robotic organisms from the planet Cybertron.
Now, it's ridiculous. It's come on, man. No love for the GoBots? Now, obviously, they kind of pitched his voice down for that and put some stuff in it, but a great voice, obviously. He was also the guy who did the vocalizations for The Predator. All the clicking and growling noises, he did that. He was also, you'll love this, because we talked about it just as an aside before. He was the original voice of Carr.
Yeah. Yeah, Kit's brother.
Yeah, Kit. Well, the prototype for Kit, right? So it was like his evil twin.
Yeah, the twin.
In Knight Rider, Karr was, Kit was Knight Industries 2000. That was that acronym. And Carr was like Knight Advanced Robotic Ride or something. I don't know. Peter Cullen was the voice of Carr.
The operator of this device must be nearby.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You guys want to snap it up? I don't have all day.
There. Did you hear? He is becoming abusive.
You wise guys are what?
Amazing. His anger grows.
Carr, be quiet now, please.
Be quiet, Carr,
quiet,
please.
Carr, Jesus.
That actor there, William Sanderson, remember him? He was in Blade Runner back in the day. He was, I'm Larry, this is my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl.
Yep.
William Sanderson. I don't know if that guy's still alive, but he did an old episode of Knight Rider. And Peter Cullen was 85 years old, from Quebec, a Montreal native, and a hell of a talent. Did Carr was Eeyore in the Winnie the Pooh franchise.
Not that it matters anyway.
Right. But I think most people, he would do Comic-Cons and stuff because all the Optimus Prime nerds would come out. And he did that voice forever. He had a voice part in Gremlins as one of the Gremlins. And he did a ton of cartoon voices. I mean, you're just collecting mailbox money.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I mean, those are the kind of gigs. Like, you could do that gig. I couldn't do that gig. I don't have those pipes.
No one's banging down my door to do that gig.
I'm just saying, like, there's kind of a standard, like, ballsy voice you've got that I don't have. Like, any voiceover work I've ever done, it's had to be within that, like, regular guy range.
Yep.
I can't be like, hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, man.
Well, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, man.
It's all right. He was in the supporting cast back in the day as an actor of the Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour, which that's half right.
It was an hour.
It was an hour. He also did, for people who watch that show, Invincible. It was the guy that did the Walking Dead comic. He did one called Invincible, and they made it into it's an animated superhero show. Real bloody. Over there on Amazon Prime, and Peter Cullen was in that too. But that's like J.K. Simmons and Stephen Yeun and a whole lot of established people. But he was on that. That's a good show. 4 kids, 3 grandkids. And they had him in the, I only saw that first Transformers movie. Because I'm like, I like him enough where I'll watch this movie. I'm not a Shia the Beef guy, but like Megan Fox is cute and, Transformers are fine. I watched that first one. I didn't see the other ones. But he did Optimus Prime all the way through. I think you pretty much have that for that particular guy and that particular character. It wasn't like they were going to go, let's get another guy for the movie.
Right.
Because it was so recognizable. It was probably never even a question.
And there's probably enough, I would imagine, at this point, if they make another Transformers movie, they don't have to change anything. There's probably enough audio of him that they could repurpose to make it make sense.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, basically all he's done for the bulk of his career was Optimus Prime stuff. But it's a good gig.
Hey, great. I'd take it.
At BotCon 2010.
My favorite one of the BotCons.
Same.
I mean, I've been to 5 through 26, and that was the best one. Was it 10?
2010.
2010 was the best by far.
Yeah, I mean, they really had to ramp up for a while, BotCon 1, that inaugural year, you're like, woof.
And they spelt it weird, remember?
Yes, BAHT. And I was like, the Vietnamese currency?
That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make sense at all. And it was like, and it drew a weirder crowd,
It
too.
sure did. And they were surprised. You're walking around seeing all these things, like, what?
And then you had a whole bunch of nerds who thought that it was a typo for Bitcoin. And they were like,
right.
no, it's BotCon.
Yep.
But they named him one of the first 4 human inductees in the Transformers Hall of Fame. So you got that going for you. You're in the Transformers Hall of Fame.
Imagine you get that honor. They're like, you must be the only one. Damn it. Oh, there's actually 3 others.
I have to share it with 3 other people.
There's 3 other humans in the
yeah.
Robot Hall of Fame.
Alan, Mark Wahlberg licenses his name to those dealerships. It is a real missed opportunity that they didn't call it Marky Mark and the Funky Trucks. I don't disagree with you. But yeah. Does he still do that? I know there's one out in Elyria or something, right? He still licenses his name out.
Chevrolet.
Yeah. Marky Mark. It's not that. It's Mark Wahlberg Chevrolet.
We'll change your Sparky Spark plugs. Couldn't they have done something?
Something
around it?
Feel it. Feel the upholstery.
Come on.
Shows up wearing the old Calvin Kleins or whatever it was. And, people are like, oh, this person died. We've had Tim Curry. We've had Dolly Parton. We've had Peter Cullen. We've had J.P. Moore, in very short order. The girl from American Gladiators, And an artist that some people might be familiar with, her name is Yayoi Kusama. And she did a thing that, man, we stood in line for 2 hours to get into this thing. It was she had a thing called Infinity Mirrors. Did you ever see that wherever you were?
I don't think so.
It probably came through Providence or something. This would have been 2018. It was over at the Cleveland Museum of Art. And she had an installation called Infinity Mirrors. And it was like these day glow shapes, but obviously it was aptly named, and the thing sold out real fast. And we went, and it was because everybody was going. I was like, I'll check this out. Or the CMA had sent me passes or something, and so went out there. And she has passed away. For people who are fans of her work, above and beyond that, they called her the High Priestess of Polka Dots.
Oh,
because that was her milieu, if you will, were all the polka dots. But the Infinity Mirrors was the last installation here that I remember. The Infinity Rooms, like very bright colors and reflections everywhere. She was 97 years old.
Wow.
She had multiple organ failure in a Tokyo hospital a couple of weeks back. But, one of those old ladies that would wear, like, day-glow wigs and stuff, She was kind of like a romper room Yoko. But really accomplished and very, very interesting installations.
I'm pretty sure I saw her at that first ever BotCon. I think she had something set up there.
You saw Yayoi Kusama at the first BotCon.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, back then, her installation, she hadn't really perfected it yet. It was still called Finite Mirrors.
Yes. You're right. Because she ran. Yep, I think that's right. You know what's so funny about the way she looks? I just Googled her because I'm not familiar with her. She looks like the character that
makes the suits in The Incredibles.
That, yes, without question. Put the big horn rim glasses on her.
Yeah.
But no, she looks like the woman who voices Lois Griffin, her character on Mad TV.
Oh, yeah.
When she would
Alex Bernstein? Or
yeah, that hair and everything. It looks like she modeled that after her. If you look the picture up and put them side by side, I guarantee that's where she got the inspiration for that character.
Alex Borstein is Lois.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you look up the character from Mad TV where she played the Asian woman with a wig, she looks identical to her.
Oh, you mean the news reporter?
No,
like
that's
Stacey
Trisha Takanawa.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, I'm not from Family Guy. It was from Mad TV.
Oh, Mad TV. Let's see.
What's her name?
Alex Borstein.
Yes.
Yeah. Ms. Swan is
That's
who
it.
you're talking about. Yeah, she did like...
It looks exactly the same.
Yeah, she did pedicures and stuff,
And she would always
right?
say, no.
Right. But the problematic
Bunny
now,
Swan.
you would never do it now.
No. But that character, I guarantee she drew inspiration because there were some where the wig was a different color, and you look at a picture of this woman, and it's identical. That's really funny.
What did you lose?
Candy.
You lost candy.
I need a candy.
Oh, you need some candy. You want to buy some candy? All right, fine. Listen, if you can do this quickly, I'll allow it. I was about to close, but do you know what you want?
Oh, yeah, I know everything.
Mm-hmm. Probably not going to do that now.
Mm-mm.
But Miss Swan was very, very popular back in the day on Mad TV.
That's who I was thinking of.
We also mentioned she's not dead, she's still alive. The Foxy. Leah Remini. Just talking about her the other day. She's doing some game show.
Mm-hmm.
She's joining the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Doesn't that seem really weird?
OG. Well, she's not anyone's wife. I mean, she and her husband, they've been married like 15, 20 years, I think, but they got divorced a few years ago. So do you not have to be a housewife to be on the show?
I thought that was the whole premise of the show. I've never watched it. But
I know you could, a franchise has been around that long, you're going to start to kind of play fast and loose. But I thought the premise of the show was you're a housewife, you get on the show, you get really famous, you fight with your husband, you get divorced, take half his money or whatever, they all marry rich guys. It's Beverly Hills after all. The full cast, minus one person, I don't know who I guess I know a couple of the names just because they're out there in pop culture. Kyle Richards, I think she was like a child actress. Wasn't she on Escape from Witch Mountain or something like that back in the day? Jennifer Tilly? Oh, friends of the cast, I see. Anyway, Leah Remini is going... Now, I might actually... Don't quote me. I might actually watch this.
Ellen, don't!
Oh, God.
Ellen, don't! I've never seen a Real Housewives episode in any of the franchises. That's not a show for me. It's not made for me. But Leah Remini's very foxy.
They sit around and drink wine and fight.
Well, I only see the promos
I've
where
never
they're
seen
like
it, but that's what I
overturning
assume.
tables and
Yeah.
they're, She won't be the only new cast member. Tracy Tudor. Tracy Tudor, who's from another show.
Excuse me.
Called $1 Million Listing Los Angeles.
Oh, boy.
Remember when regular jobs weren't on television? Real estate agent. Except that's the thing with L.A. I lived out there 100 years ago, and so many people go out there to seek their fame and fortune and never make it. So you have a city full of the hottest secretaries you've ever seen in your life, right? People who get out there, get washed out or whatever. I mean, the people who don't, back in the day, if you got washed out of L.A., you went to Phoenix. But now, it's just regular people doing regular jobs who are crazy hot. Anyway, they've got Leah Remini joining the cast of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
She's going to be the one that they're going to be like, you're trying to steal my husband.
So are you at least mildly familiar with these?
I've never seen any of them ever in my life. I have no desire. That's not my kind of stuff. But I just know how it goes. I've seen clips.
Well, one of the girls is getting married to a guy they're getting married in
They're
Ghana.
all married to what, plastic surgeons?
Well, I don't know about that, but I mean, rich dudes, right? I mean, they're, and then they kind of hang their own shingle once they get on television, and then they kind of get their own thing going. It is the most watched edition of the Real Housewives franchise. Again, I think when you're starting to do Housewives of Salt Lake City, maybe you're spreading yourself a little thin. Maybe Andy Cohen's getting a little greedy over there.
They did Housewives of Rhode Island.
Did they?
Yeah.
Who the hell was on that?
Yeah, right.
A bunch of rich chicks from Rhode Island.
Wow. I mean, there are rich women everywhere.
Yep.
So then it just becomes a matter of like optics. So then you just go, you could do The Real Housewives of Omaha.
Anywhere you want.
But it just sounds dumb.
It does. And Rhode Island is the only one that's ever been a whole state because there's like you wouldn't say Providence. And if you said like East Greenwich or Barrington, no one would care or watch it. So Rhode Island, you had a state. And that's where most of them chicks hung out, was in the town I used to live in. East Greenwich is where all the restaurants on the water and all that stuff is where they filmed a ton of that show. I watched about 7 minutes of the first episode and said, yep, nope, cannot watch any of this because this is why the one thing I don't miss about living in Rhode Island.
Now, the Real Housewives franchise began in 2006. It has only been around for 20 years. It feels like it's been around a lot longer than that. Beverly Hills is the most watched, but that is smack dab in the middle on the timeline. The very first franchise was Orange County, then New York City, Atlanta. Jersey came up in 2009. D.C., that ended. Dallas also ended. Imagine getting you're on one of the two friggin' franchises of this dumb show that for some reason people don't watch. Beverly Hills, Miami, Potomac. Well, that feels just a pivot from D.C. That's just D.C., right?
Yeah,
Potomac.
they just went suburb.
Dallas ended. Salt Lake City, Dubai, and Rhode Island, the most recent installment in the franchise.
It was literally like watching life living in that town. It was so Stepford Wives.
Do they have accents?
Some of them do.
Okay.
Yeah. They got like the Cranston accent. It's sort of like the normal New England accent everybody makes fun of. It's more like, it's
one of them came from The Bachelor. Because again, Beverly Hills, you're going to be able to get people who like are known there. Rhode Island, you're going to have people who are known from something else.
Yeah, and part of it was, again, just super rich. They just that was discussed for years. They kept talking about that show happening, and they just kept doing casting calls and things like that. That's where that came from, and it was all these, uber rich Newport visiting, elite that were showing up and trying out for the show. That's what it is.
I like how they also cast friends of the Housewives.
Yeah.
Other women who are just on the show as friends of the Housewives.
Yeah.
I thought maybe that's what they were doing with Leah Remini. But it sounds like anyway, I only mention this because I've never seen it before, and we were talking about her in another context yesterday.
Yeah, she was. She's on that People
crossword
Puzzler. Puzzler, yeah.
Yeah, and she's had some work done.
Friends of the Housewives.
But
it's like being a fluffer on a porn set. Nobody
FOH.
cares. Yeah, right?
Yeah, but if you're on a show people watch, then you blow up from that.
But do you? As a friend of the people on that show? Like they show you once in a while, like background. I'll have more wine. One line.
Andy Cohen talking about the scrapped franchises. Places where they tried to pull some casting but couldn't make it work. Nashville, Chicago, in Greenwich, Connecticut. You couldn't get Real Housewives of Chicago? You go to those North Shore suburbs. Holy crap.
They're all fighting over what to put on hot dogs.
It's all... No, they're not fighting over that. Like Glencoe, Evanston, Kenilworth. Oh, my God. But that didn't fly. They pivoted to Rhode Island. They couldn't find enough rich people in Chicago. All right.
Or the right rich people. Again, you want these people to come off as villains. You know what I mean? Like, they sort of have to be like
They need
that.
some oomph.
There needs to be some hatred to them. Like, it's you wouldn't watch it otherwise. If it was just rich people doing rich people things, you could just watch reruns of Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Yeah.
This is like you want the characters, and that's what you got. Like with some of these Rhode Island chicks, is they're like they talk like they came out of South Boston, but they're driving a Ferrari.
Good for them. Hey, Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie are on the road, and I got a handful of tickets for you. If you want to go, caller 10. Manson and Zombie are back on the Freaks on Parade tour with The Who, H-U, and Orgy. It's Wednesday, September 2nd. That is not far off. That's next Wednesday? Yeah, next Wednesday. Out of Blossom. Caller 10-216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007. Now, we're going to get one grand prize winner because I'm just doing, I think, 3 pair of tickets. One of you will get picked, and you'll get to choose. You want to do the meet and greet with Marilyn Manson, or you want to do the meet and greet with Rob Zombie. So that'll be your coin flip if you're the grand prize winner. But this will get you a couple tickets to get in next Wednesday night out at Blossom. Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson with The Who and Orgy. Jay Gordon doing it again. Good luck. 35192. I want to text in here for anything else. I will have that last keyword of the day for you in under an hour, 5:30. You get $1,000 and that trip to Vegas for our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. Rover's Morning Glory.
We had this debate on the bus years ago. What's your preferred dressing to have wings with? Everybody.
Ranch.
That's correct. It's anonymous. It's ranch dressing. Ranch.
It's anonymous.
It is anonymous.
It's anonymous.
Right. It's anonymous.
players, incredible teachers, and the difference they're making at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
Conquer the morning school rush with the free iHeartRadio app. We make it easy with family-approved stations like Hit Nation Junior, kid-safe playlists like Disney Hits, and podcasts to learn something new. Download the iHeartRadio app, search Family, and listen now.
Buzzard Radio is WMMS Cleveland, an iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human. Call the Alan Cox Show.
Alan Cox is the worst drive time personality I've ever heard.
216-578-1007 or 1-800-348-1007.
Guardians are on a pretty good run right now. They've won 7 in a row. They're almost as good as the Chicago White Sox, Rob.
Excuse me.
Anyway, Guardians are back at home tomorrow night. A couple of sweeps in a row. Swept the Angels out in L.A. and swept the Rockies there in Denver. Doing it on an away run, right? You humiliate 2 teams in quick succession in their home park. Well, the Royals get a crack at these Guardians in Fuego. Tomorrow night, 7:10 first pitch here on MMS. 6:40 will be your pregame. So they got 3 against Kansas City. Then the Blue Jays come to town. We gave away a bunch of tickets for that game last week. And then they'll play 4 against the Tigers as we inch ever closer to the end of the regular season. And then it's like only a week later and the Cavs start, right?
Yeah.
The Cavs home opener is like the first week of October. Man, I'll tell you what, that LeBron James, because he came back to Cleveland, yeah? I'm sorry?
Oh, I forgot to take that out of the script.
Oh, Jesus.
I am so
really?
sorry about that. Yes.
So he went to Golden State. He didn't go to some dumb place like Milwaukee.
Stop.
I'm sorry?
No, I didn't. I have an update. I'm sorry.
I can't believe. Did this break
No,
today?
Here. No.
Where did he go? Philly?
Here. Yeah.
Does that say Philly?
Yeah.
There's no way he went to Philadelphia.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. I forgot to take that out.
God. That's the 67ers, yeah?
Yes. Do we need to take that over, or do you just edit this out later?
No.
Oh, boy. That was my fault. I feel terrible.
I feel like that's Rit's fault.
Why is that? He wasn't even out there. He's not here today.
Isn't he the sports reporter?
No, I heard. Well, sometimes, yes, he's breaking sports news, but I heard, and I'm not even really at liberty to discuss it, I heard that Rit got into a little Donnybrook with one of our friends down the hall at the news talk station.
Really?
Yes.
I hadn't heard that.
Oh, yeah.
Bad?
Well, it's another one of these situations like I was contending with where people are kind of purloining things in the fridge that aren't theirs.
Oh.
He had, you might have seen it, he had a ball jar that had a lid that was just saran wrap and a rubber band, and it was goat's milk. And apparently somebody down the hall used it for their cereal.
Oh, no.
And he flipped.
Was it home squoze?
I'm sorry?
Was it home squoze?
That I don't know. He looked like if you asked him about it, he would just go nuclear. So I didn't do that.
Okay.
But I really do like it really is down home when somebody uses saran wrap and a rubber band around the neck there for a lid. Because it would be so easy to poke a hole in the lid. You know, if you wanted some, why pour the whole thing out and then put it back? You got poke a hole in the lid, put a straw in, and then just that would put me in a bad mood too.
Yeah.
And I was already in a bad mood this morning.
Me too.
My lunch sucked. And then I was going to have my mid-show Uncrustable, and that wasn't hitting right. Again, these are all luxury problems, but the point is, they're my problems. And I was hoping, I don't like days, Rob. Is that me or you?
It's both of us. I do see that's a text from our buddy James. It looks like we might be having some broadcast issues again.
All right, cool.
He said, need me to fix, and again, he's a ball breaker, so it says it just did it again. Need us to fix the broadcast feed. Still skipping, just started listening, so sorry if you've heard already. So awesome. And then my wife just called, and she knows I'm on the air, so that means she's calling to tell me, this is so much fun. Like, every day is just more fun than the day before it.
Rob, I'm going to quote the great Sheryl Crow, who once said that every day
oh my God,
is a winding road.
I've never been a part of something quite like this in my life.
The Alan Cox Show.
No, this
Still
part
number one.
this part is fantastic. But boy, are they doing everything to make people not listen. Anything they possibly can do. We'll tell people to listen to every other goddamn thing 25 times an hour. And then we can't figure out how to have the radio broadcast on the radio.
Why can't we be blessed with the demon voices? That would have been fun.
The demon voices would be great.
Yeah, that is great. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that all morning too.
At 4:10 a.m.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, what's going on? How does this sound? It was slow though, wasn't it?
It was
slow.
way. You would have to be.
How's everybody doing?
That's exactly what the show sounded like for 3 hours. 3 hours of the show sounded like that.
So anyway.
Slow down. Exactly.
I am Optimus Prime, and I'm dead now.
I'm just sending notes. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Demon.
Some notes. No.
Actually, here, let me do. Jerk-offs.
Notes of lavender and notes of oak and notes. Send you notes. Hey, listen, we serve at the pleasure of the king, Dave iHeartMedia, and you've got way more on your plate than I do as the program director of the radio station. I am merely trying to do a show.
Are you getting texts from anybody else? Like, are you seeing stuff?
No, I'm in the show text.
Yeah. James was the only one that mentioned it, and he can be a kidder. But I would think, because he did say it just did it again when I text. So I don't know if maybe that's his radio. Because again, with HD stuff, it can kind of come in and out. It should be a nice, easy experience. But if we're not getting inundated with it, I feel like maybe, I don't know.
Well, again, there's only so much that we can do. Here's a text. Listening to the Alan Cox Show is a lot of fun, but it's a perfect time for human traffickers to hijack a signal.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Hey, what's up? It's Mario Lopez. Back to school is an exciting time, but
I'm your dog's piss.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
That is gross.
At least we're going to end the day the way we started the day, with just massive amounts of technical issues.
Well, it's nice to be able to bookend way back in the day, if you're old enough to remember, at the end of the night, they run a test pattern on television. They'd say, that's the end of the programming day.
Yeah.
And obviously, that's a relic of a bygone era, because 24/7 something is on. Even without streaming, there's stuff's on 24/7. But back in the day, you get a test pattern and nothing on overnight. And maybe we should go back to that. Just at the end of this show, I know there's games on at night stuff, but just that concludes our programming day. And it doesn't matter if it's devil voices and stuff. I don't know. Do we know it's not the actual devil?
Well, that's a very good point. I was just thinking that perhaps it could have been the actual devil taking over the show.
All right.
Like, I was trying to blame it on technical issues, but perhaps Satan himself took over the radio station.
He watches over us
from down below.
His power and his glory, dark it Hail Satan, Prince of Darkness.
You're my Lord. Hail Satan, you're my Lord. Hail Satan, everyone. Hail Satan, Prince of Darkness. You're my Lord.
Hail Satan! Hail Satan! Hail Satan! Hail Satan!
All right.
WMMS. Welcome, my man Satan.
Uh-huh. iHeartRadio remembers.
iHeartRadio. Satan.
Beelzebub. Yeah.
The devil.
Alan was Rob's wife on The Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
We lived here. We were here already.
Oh, right.
And we don't have that type of budget to be on a show like that, sir. Or madam.
People are texting me that it is skipping.
Oh, good. Awesome.
Hey, so am I when I get a jump rope in my hand. Thank you very much. Your boy loves the double dutch.
Skipping.
I'm sorry?
You can't be sad when you're skipping.
No. God,
I can.
No, you can't. You should try it.
I used to embarrass when my older kids were little. If we go to the movies or something, we would be. I've talked about it before, but when I think of it, it just makes me laugh. You know that they're at that age where they're not. If they're little, they would think it was fun, but they get to that age and it's like you're looking to embarrass them. And I'm not always like I want to embarrass my kids guy because that can be friggin' traumatic. But if they were in a good mood, we were walking in the parking lot or something to go see a movie or walking into the mall. They would be one on either side of me, and I would just grab their hands out of nowhere, and I would start skipping. It was the best.
That is...
Skipping around your kids when they're like 10, 11,
Oh, yeah.
12. Oh,
I would do it in the grocery store all the time, like pushing the cart, and then I would jump up on the back of the cart and ride it down the aisle.
well, that's fun.
Yeah.
That, to me, that should never go away.
Yep.
That's a lot of fun.
Kids allow... Oh, Dad! Shut up. Enjoying myself.
Yeah.
I have very few things in life that make me happy.
Just because I'm dead inside
Yes.
doesn't mean that I can't project a certain joie de vivre.
Little glimpses of who I used to be come out every once in a while.
Hey, Jake.
What's up, big dog? How you doing?
How are you, Jake?
Yeah?
What can I do for you?
I was just calling about the demon voices.
Are they in your head or coming through your radio? I'm going to have to need some clarity here.
Well, that's a fair point.
Okay. I just want to know where you're... I want
in
to make sure I know where you're coming from, Jake.
I'm in the Cleveland market, so the demon voices are coming from the radio and not from the airwaves.
Beautiful.
At least locally.
Cool.
From what I understood from Rover was that it was getting messed up through some technical crap that nobody cares about.
I mean, Rob cares.
Well,
Rob's the tip
I
of the
care a
spear
lot.
here trying to figure it out. I mean, he's like that Faith No More song.
I heard him get a phone call at 6:05 this morning, get woken up. That's not cool.
I was up well before that, but yeah, it's okay.
Oh, man. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thank you, Jake. There's Jake. He's...
Bad connection.
Yeah, boy, even the phones. Hey, Jeff.
How's it going, Alan?
How are you, man?
Pretty good. So, tried to find you at Circle K. I'm from Grafton, and tried to find you at Circle K from... What's so funny?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Tried to find you at Grafton last week and didn't run into you. So I was wondering maybe I could catch up with you on your fun boat or something.
Oh, damn
you
it,
know?
Jeff. You're breaking up here too. Oh, Jeff, are you there?
You there?
I am here.
Jeff, are you there?
I'm here.
Is that Jeff with a J? Jeff?
Yes.
Jeff
I'm
with
right
Not hearing
here.
him.
Jeff with a J. He said he was from Grafton with a G.
No, well, yeah, that's Grafton with a G, but I'm
Hello?
here.
Because I just heard from Jeff with a G, who's from Jafton with
We
a
called
J.
him G off.
Yeah, G off.
From Jafton.
I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I'm here.
Oh,
No, I
golly,
can't hear
Jeff,
him.
I wish we could hear you. I don't...
Sounded like you had something good to say,
break.
too.
Oh, seriously. I hate to lose people when they're clearly at the top of their game.
I'm right here. I'm here.
Hello?
I feel like he would be saying something to us. I just don't know what
Jess,
it
were
would
you
be.
able to hear him when you talked to him off the air?
They can't They can't even hear me. They can't hear me.
You heard him there?
I'm shocked
It
that I
never
got his
works
name
out.
right.
It
Yeah.
never works out.
I don't even know what to do here.
Oh,
This
man,
is the first time this has happened. We've had a million technical issues all day.
I
but,
was going to tell him that I was going to be doing the Circle K in Grafton again 10 minutes before the cruise.
You want to check with him one more time here? Jeff?
Back up. I can hear you now.
Is Jeff there? We can't hear Jeff.
We can't hear him.
Is he called back? Is Jeff?
Maybe
Jeff,
you should hang up and try calling back. I don't know what else.
we can't hear you, Jeff. I really wish we could.
My
But
gosh.
darn it, this poor
This
guy's
sucks.
luck.
This poor guy.
You know, he was going to come out to see me
He wanted to be on the fun boat.
on the fun boat.
Where did he
It's-
say that? When he was
I
talking to
wanna
you?
go on
Yeah,
the
he
fun
did.
boat.
No,
Oh.
I think
'Cause
when he was
it's
talking
the
to me.
notes say wants to talk to Alan about cruise. Says Alan was never at Circle K, but we can't hear him to confirm.
I was there from 1 to 11.
Is Jeff?
God, why
Jeff,
can't these guys
Jeff,
hear
are
me?
you there? Jeff?
This
with
is
a
Jeff
J.
with a J
I'm
from
right
Grafton
here.
with a
I'm
G.
here.
Jeff. Go ahead, Jeff.
He has. There's no way he hung up. He has
He
to
had
have
to have
hung
hung
up by
up.
now. Yeah, of course. I mean,
There's
if
no
he's-
way he's still like online saying, "I'm here, guys.
And he-
Can you hear me?"
Any rational person would go, "Oh, our connection has been lost," and well,
Right.
anyway, Jeff, I hope that I hope you can make it out at some point, buddy. Golly, I hate all these technical
it's just
difficulties that
terrible.
we've got.
What a day.
We're just at the mercy of ones and zeros, Rob.
Yeah.
How can this be? Anyway, thank you.
What a day.
Listen, dogs and cats living together. Down is up is down. The app is working fine. The air signal's all glitchy. Oh, good grief. What are you going to do? Not skipping on the app. Great.
Look at that. Look at how's that for irony?
That's
The
what I'm
one
saying.
place it always skips and doesn't work is working perfectly fine. The one place where, I don't know, has worked since, when was the first radio broadcast? Doesn't work. Okay. Since Marconi was sitting there playing around with it.
Tesla, please.
Sorry.
Okay, well, there you go. You know, Rob, they should rename this company Irony Heart Media.
Because it already has the I. Being told the YouTube stream is working great, so that's good. We've got that.
Hey, all right, good.
So the things that normally don't are, and the things that do don't.
This is what keeps you on your toes.
Dogs and
People
cats.
think it be like it be, but it do.
People don't think it be like it be, but it do.
Yep, those words have never been truer than today.
You want it, Jeff?
Hello, Jeff.
Jeff, are you there?
G off.
Jeff.
Still nothing.
Hello.
I still don't know what he wanted to talk to us about. He just something about the cruise. It sounded like he was going to have a nice time. Jeff?
The Pablo cruise? The Terry cruise?
Pablo Cruz. Could be what he wanted.
Boy, it was during the Howard Jones administration of Kill Switch Engage. And they covered Dio's Holy Diver. Did a hell of a job, too. The 25th anniversary of Kill Switch Engage. Jesse Leach back in front. Unless something has changed. The Consequence Tour, and they got great support. Rob Flynn and Machine Head. Rivers of Nile and a band called Judiciary. Awesome. Top to bottom. Caller 10, these are yours. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007. The show is over at Jacobs Pavilion in a couple of weeks. Saturday, September the 19th. The Kill Switch from Massachusetts.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Celebrating 25 years. AXS.com for the info. These tickets are yours. Caller 10, good luck. I got another $1,000 keyword for you at 5:30. Also, you and a pal will send you to Vegas for our iHeart Radio Music Festival.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app or whatever smart device you have.
Just tell me to play the Alan Cox Show on iHeartRadio.
The most talked about music festival on the planet is now even bigger.
Just add it to the lineup.
Smashing Pumpkins.
See Smashing Pumpkins along with Weezer.
Muse and many more. All taking the stage next month at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
For our
1-800-589-9966.
Hey, this is Hayes Davenport.
And Sean Clements.
We host the podcast Hollywood Handbook.
Each week, we talk to someone in show business and try to help them with their careers and see what they have to offer us. Everyone has a good time, and no one gets mad at their publicist for letting them do our show.
We've had a lot of great guests like Sarah Sherman, Adam Scott, Danny McBride, Ben Stiller, and a lot of other big shots that wouldn't be where they are without us.
Listen to Hollywood Handbook on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Hollywood Handbook and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Brain dead entertainment throughout history. The Cup and Ball, the Yo-Yo, Pong, the Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country, I'm gonna eat me a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches.
Hot on the heels of us talking about chowing on booty yesterday, Rob. I assume that's what this song is about.
Yeah.
Given my deep and wide knowledge of emojis.
Is that totally intended, right?
Today's National Peach Day, Rob.
Oh.
Yeah. Why not? Now, is it coincidental that we were just talking about getting in some cheeks yesterday? I don't know. What do I know? I'm not setting these dumb days. But there it is. I bet Dustin, who listens down in Georgia, knows all about this.
Yep.
Juicy, flavorful. And the fruit ain't bad either. Hey! Oh, come on. You kidding me? Now, Saturday, we won't be here. We'll be on the cruise. But Saturday, I've been informed by one of our listeners, is Big Boobs Day.
Oh, thank God.
Now, I've never really been a boobs guy. I am a peach man.
I'm enough for both of us.
But I don't have, and this person said me like, for all the big boobed people in your life, I don't have big boobs in my life. I'm not against them. I'm for them. I'm not against them. It's never been my focal point. I have been privy to large breasts over the course of my life. I don't currently have any big boobs in my life. But I respect them. But I guess Saturday, and we're obviously, law of averages says we're going to have a lot of women on the floating Fandango that are amply endowed.
Chesty.
Right? Chesty, buxom, zoftig, Rubenesque.
Oh, I like that
if you will. I mean, curvy gals. Not everybody with a big rack is curvy, but,
Juggy.
Our own Jessica Ann Hutchinson, she got a couple of batteries back there. And
there's nothing there.
I don't have big boobs in my life.
I'll have to pull out the push-up bra.
There's only so much that can do, though. It needs something, I think, fundamentally, to push up. A lot of girls will put those chicken cutlets underneath. Give them a little bit of an extra lift. Nothing wrong with that, but that's just to make it look like you got something. That's not going to make it look like you've got big boobs. Like my ex-wife had big boobs. She just did. She'd get like custom bras back in the day.
Oh, geez.
Cripes.
But she was married to the wrong guy. Now, would I mess with him? Now, she would tell you across the board she was married to the wrong guy, but I'm just keeping it within the lane here of big boobs.
Sure.
Anytime I've dated somebody who's had them, it's great, but that's not my focus. Some guys, they gotta have a big rack. It's like part of their identity.
Weird.
Well, no. I mean, I think there's
weird.
I think that there's probably some kind of biological imperative that is stuck in our lizard brains because big boobs is a signal that a woman's fertile. I mean, look at all those ancient carvings of women, right? Big boobs.
Big everything.
Because it's a signal that they can nourish children and blah, blah, blah.
Childbearing hips and big asses.
Childbearing hips. Oh. So Saturday, we won't be on the air to properly fet you ladies that are working in double consonants, but we'll do some shots on the boat. And it might not, you might be somebody who is, you got a pretty good rack, but it's just not on your radar, right? It's not who you are. My eyes are up here. A lot of girls, I'm so plowing my way through Mad Men and that Christina Hendricks.
That's a set.
Good night, nurse.
Whew. She counts as 3 cast members on that show.
As she should.
Yeah.
I got that money for you in a few minutes. It's a grand and a trip to Vegas for our iHeartRadio Music Festival. They just added a few more acts, Smashing Pumpkins among them.
Bravo.
That's not too bad at all.
No.
And, yeah.
Now I don't have to pretend I care about Muse or the Goo Goo Dolls anymore.
I do like Muse.
Yeah, there's that one song.
Knights of Sidonia,
Madness.
Uprising,
Madness. Uprising. Okay, I'll give you Uprising.
I think there's a bunch. Okay, a lot of kids knew them back in the day. They were on Knights of Sidonia was on Rockstar or something like that, right?
Every
What's
time
that
you
game
say that,
called?
it literally sounds like that. What's the English guy from What We Do in the Shadows?
Rockstar. Who, Matt Berry?
Yeah, Matt Berry. It sounds like him mispronouncing Sedona.
Sidonia. Knights of Sidonia.
But he meant to say Sedona.
Tucson,
Yeah, perfectly fine band. I just, for that to be the one thing that we had to talk about at rock radio was difficult.
Yeah.
Weezer, Muse. That's all you said until the Pumpkins. Now it's cool to say the Smashing Pumpkins are going to be there.
I mean, Muse they wear their Queen on their sleeves, but I like them. They do good work. Right.
I can take that one. Uprising. I like that one. That was the first one, right?
Yeah. Supermassive Black Hole. That's pretty good. Time is running out. That one was a little bit more straightforward. You're talking about like Brian was doing yesterday. Maybe he was trying to do Material Girl, but he came out with Hold on, let me do something here, and then I'll give you that money.
I know where this is.
Hold on.
It's already scratching me where I itch.
Living in a material world, and I'm a material girl. Material,
material. All right. $1,000 here and a chance for you to get to Vegas. Second to last day to grab one of these keywords. You will get the last 3 tomorrow. And then the whole thing goes down the second weekend of next month out in Vegas with the aforementioned Muse and Snoop and Goo Goo Dolls. Now the Smashing Pumpkins. And a little something for everybody there. So listen and good luck.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword LUCKY to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard message and data rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's LUCKY to 200-200.
Money, 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 money!
By the way, speaking of Brian, I had Roland Orzabal on the show earlier around 4 o'clock. He's frontman for Tears for Fears, and I'm a huge fan of that band, and read his book, and that's what he was promoting. And it was a lot of fun. It was great. Brian was clearly inspired, Rob, because he's a fan too.
Something happens when I'm head over heels, and I find out, don't find out. Something happens till I'm head over heels. That takes my heart, I'll break my heart.
That's actually how I sing that song, too.
I should have played that for Roland had he called earlier. Oh, my God. Hey, you've got a fan here, Roland. Hey, listen, you know, who among us has never... We remember the melody, can't remember the words. A lot of people asking if Jeff called back. Jeff did not call back.
I think he's still on hold, isn't he? Jeff? Is he there?
Not there. Nope, not that I can.
Grafton? G off?
Something happens when I'm head over heels, and I find out, don't find out. Something happens till I'm head over heels. That takes my heart, it'll break my heart. Ba, 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 ba.
What a great song.
Ba, ba, ba.
Ba, 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 ba. Good. Oh, what a good song. Thank you, Brian.
Ba, 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 ba.
Ba, 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 ba.
Something happens when I'm head over heels, and I find out, something happens till I'm head over heels. That takes my heart, it'll break my heart. Ba, 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 ba.
So good.
Cotton Ball's texting, sure, you're going to talk about Peach Day, Alan. Any reason to talk about your scrumptious meat seat?
Meat seat?
I'm not talking about my own. Talking about chowing on some booty.
Them cakes.
And we just happened to be mentioning that yesterday, and then here today is Peach Day. Alan, I grew up in South Carolina, and we actually produce more peaches than Georgia. We just had to give it to them because they...
Oh, good for you.
We had to give them the peach state because they had nothing else going on. That sounds... Isn't South Carolina the palmetto state? Either the tree or the bug? I mean, Georgia's got peaches all over the place. On their license plates and on their, so many, the Georgia Board of Filming, right? Because so many things shot in Atlanta, they got the peach on that, and that's kind of their thing. What?
Oh, I was going to say, it sounds like someone who's also very, very proud to be from South Carolina.
And that's fine, too. Nothing wrong with that.
No, but, I mean, okay.
Now, that's the one.
You have a lot of peaches.
I mentioned before, it's well established, I'm terrible at geography. South Carolina, is that the one right under North Carolina?
I believe that you are correct.
Okay.
Alan. Yes, it is just south of North Carolina. Yes.
Okay. See, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Hey, Alan. Hey, Jess. Oh, hey, Rob. I just picked up my wrap snacks and my adult beverages to hate wash the Browns later because I obviously have some kind of untreated mental illness or trauma in my past that I haven't addressed yet. If there are more than 5,000 asses in that stadium tonight, I'll be flabbergasted. I haven't spent $1 on the team since the whole Deshaun thing. To hell with Haslam. Hate the show. Cotton Balls. Despondent. West Park.
Despondent.
Are they playing here tonight?
They are.
The Browns are in town tonight.
Against my New England Patriots.
Wow.
And I have...
How did I not know this?
No desire to go.
Well, no, why would you? It's a Thursday night.
And no one's going to play. Like, if I knew the starters were going to play or at least see the field for a minute.
Because they don't want to get hurt in preseason.
I'm going to go so I can watch Drake May stand on the sideline. And
so who do they throw in?
Any of their. It's going to all be second team.
Wow.
And maybe not even then. Maybe like tonight they're not playing. The Browns aren't playing Shadur or what's the guy Watson.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of them. So they're going to use the short kid Dylan Gabriel.
Okay.
That's who's going to play the game.
Is that what is he referred to as the short kid?
Well, he's short. He can barely see over the ass of the center.
I thought quarterbacks were all tall.
He's not.
Why?
I don't know. He wasn't genetically blessed.
Well, no. I mean, why grab a short quarterback?
That's a good question for Andrew Barry.
These guys are all like 6'3" or something.
Yeah, no.
This says 5'11". Jesus, he's my height.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not a big dude. And again, they're saying 5'11", which means he's probably 5'9".
Wow. Oregon Ducks. I've never even heard of this kid. Yeah, maybe I have. I just didn't realize he was short.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Well, then what? He must... They look at a guy and they go, well, he's not 6'3", but he's got this. What's this?
I don't know. They probably saw what they liked. He was out of Oregon. They liked the way he ran a field, or who knows. I mean, he must have looked. They took him before they took Shadur Sanders.
Okay.
Same class.
Selected 94th overall.
Yep.
Of the Cleveland Browns. All right. Well, okay. Well, there you go.
Now you're gonna start trying to figure out what the Cleveland Browns do. Like that's gonna drive you crazy.
Yeah, no, but
you ain't coming up with that answer.
Even if it doesn't, they usually always have an explanation. It's not the problems are not that they don't have explanations. That the problems are that people hate the explanations, or they don't make. There's an explanation for Deshaun Watson. It's just down the road, you go, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, Deshaun Watson,
So
you
I'm
can
like,
actually...
I'm sure they have an answer for, here's why we took a 5'11 quarterback.
Deshaun Watson, you could actually see more of why people wanted him. They thought he was going to get drafted much earlier, you know? So, I mean, that you can kind of figure out. The other stuff, man, I don't know. I couldn't even begin to tell you why you would do the things that the Browns have done in just the very short amount of time that I've been here, scratching my head as to what the hell they're thinking.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if Tommy DeVito is going to play for the Patriots tonight. Remember he was with the Giants, the quarterback?
No, Danny DeVito is the guy you're thinking of.
No. This
I'm
is
sorry?
Tommy DeVito. The Guido. He was out of New York, and now he's the backup in New England.
DeVito the Guido.
I don't even know that he'll play. Like they don't start anybody in these games.
Okay. Well, maybe people will go out because it's a nice summer night in Cleveland.
And everybody's so thrilled with the Browns. So you're right. They probably will fill the place.
Speaking of Atlanta in Georgia, there's a teacher down there who's gone viral because her class, she's designated a fart corner.
Yeah.
This is genius.
Mm-hmm.
Genius.
Yep.
She's like, this way I don't have to mess around, destigmatize it. I've mentioned this before. My daughter's in the 5th grade. Nobody laughs when a kid farts. They just go, sorry, excuse me. So I'm sure results may vary, but when we were kids, like, that would follow you around
Forever.
Forever. Now kids are like, nah, sorry, that was me. They
Remember
cop
you
to
farted
it.
in 3rd grade? Yeah, I'm 40.
Yeah. So people are like, could we please see this designated fart corner there in her classroom? She's like, this way they don't have to excuse themselves and walk down the hall and go to the bathroom, and they don't have to feel weird about it. And,
Little yellow sign, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. So they get up off the rug, walk over here, and they come right here to the gusty winds area.
There's a sign that says
And of
gusty
course,
winds area.
We have everything they need over here. They have sprays. Do I require them to spray? I don't. I just put it there in case they just want to go ahead and use it, because I spray my classroom every day anyway. So yeah, that's it. That's the station. It's pretty simple. They just come, stand here, and what I love about this is while I'm teaching, no one has to ask. I don't have to stop teaching in order to say, yes, you can go. No, just get up, go get up, go excuse yourself, and I can continue teaching. And then with the student inside the classroom, they don't lose any instruction. They can continue to learn. It's a win-win situation. Why wouldn't you, what's the point of me making them step out when they can continue to learn? So
Is it kindergarten? It looks like a classroom for really small
Young kids,
but
yeah. I still
Fart
don't,
corner.
I don't know how, I think that would be more distracting.
That there's a kid in the back farting?
If you're sitting in class and all of a sudden a kid just gets up, walks into the corner and blows a fart and then comes back and sits down, how do you not find that funny?
I like it.
I would be hysterically laughing 24/7 in class.
Yeah, but that's only if there's noise.
Well, most farts make noise.
You got an SBD. Yeah, I don't know. But for the purposes of, she's like, well, this cuts down on transit time. Kids out in the hall, and there's a whole other... Guys, go back in the corner. She's zhuzhed it up. She's got the cute little sign.
Yeah.
High wind air, gusty wind
Gusty
area.
winds, yeah. Do you want to put a fart corner in this studio? I usually take my farts out of the room, but if it's okay, I mean, I'd gladly go stand in the corner and rip farts if it works.
You can use the far corner. It's not that far,
The far-
obviously. Here's my question with the kids using this. Crotch in or crotch out?
That's a good answer. A good question. Yeah, do you face ass toward the classroom or against the wall? I think
I guess it's dealer's choice, but I would imagine most kids, if they're given the opportunity to do that, they would because if you're butt in the corner, then you're looking at the class. If you're butt out, you're pointing it at them. And again, it's at the far corner of the room, but then you're like the last 30 seconds of Blair Witch.
But then you could also fart freely, though. I think if you're not making eye contact or looking at the people that you're farting in front of, you can fart easier. If you're looking at them, the fart might just run back in. You might have a hard time getting it out.
The eye contact.
Yeah. Like, oh, they're looking.
They're fart shy.
Billy's over there farting.
Yeah.
But if they're not looking at you, you can just rip your fart and do your thing.
Well,
Plus,
maybe
you probably want people to hear it if you're doing it over there, aren't you?
Maybe at the end of the school year, she will reassess. assess. See what I did?
In the far
Oh, man,
corner.
I'll tell you what. Oh, well, pardon me.
Excuse me.
I've got a break 35192 if you want to text.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. We got stuff. You want stuff. Win stuff. This week at WMMS.com.
Register to win a 4-pack of tickets to the Cleveland National Air Show presented by Discount Drug Mart when it returns Labor Day weekend, September 5th, 6th, and 7th at Burke Lakefront Airport. Featuring the U.S. Navy Blue Angels, U.S. Air Force F-22 Raptor demonstration, and the Atlas Air Force Base demo team. Open WMMS on the iHeartRadio app. Click the content